back to the show with me, Diabetes Bavs, back for another one. Boom, boom. Hope you all had a great New Year so far. We're only 2 days in. Now less talking and more eating. Mummy got me Mackie D's. Ooh, yum, yum, bye-bye.
Big up to everyone, man. How are we all doing? It's great to hear from Diabetes Babs as well. Hopefully he's having a great start to 2026. Hopefully you guys out there are having a great start to 2026. He's absolutely right. We are 2 days in and hopefully you're having a belter. We can all leave 2025 behind, can't we? All the personal problems, all the football problems, and there was a lot of them, weren't there? Especially if you're an Arsenal fan. But listen, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And we had a decent finish, personally, to 2025. And that's what she said. And onwards and fucking upwards. And hopefully for Arsenal, it's the same. But big up to every single person that's in here. Let me go through some of the people's here. We got COYG's in the building. He's always in here double early, man. Big up to you. Big up Aaron Talks Arsenal, the legend himself in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Just letting everyone know I'm going to do the press conference as a bit of a solo. I haven't done a solo in ages. So I thought, do you know what? Sod it. Let's do 20 minutes or so of a solo and then we'll get the boys on. Big up to you, COYG, and he's absolutely right. Smash the like and subscribe as you enter the building. That would be greatly appreciated. And Dr. Seymour Butts is one of them guys that will be joining me very, very, very soon. Likewise is Lawrence, if you fancy it, my brother. Big up to you, my friend. Hope you're doing all good. Big up to Jam. Boy. Happy New Year to you as well, brother. And he's saying big up in the chat, of course. Big up to everyone in the chat. We got Sully in the building, man. How are you doing? We'll sack useless Mikel Arteta. That's it, mate. We know he'll blow a 4-point lead. Oh, 100%, mate. We absolutely, well and truly need to sack that geezer. He's got his 4 points ahead, but we've seen him blow 7 a couple of years ago. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing set in stone, is it? Absolutely not with this geezer. But big up to you, Sully, mate. Always a pleasure to see you. Big up to SE in the building, man. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hopefully 2026 in its short little bite-size 2 days is doing a good one for you, bruv. Happy New Year. Big up to you, bruv. How you doing, mate? We got Wahahaha in the building, mate. Great start. He's already chucked off 42 Mackie D's. Yeah, that's it, mate, from the bucket list. He's a non-stop bloke, that geezer, mate. He don't fuck around. He does not. What's that? That shoe that played. Yeah, yes. I'm not really a tech sort of geezer. And I was trying to find, obviously, something that makes the old face a little bit bloated. Not that it needs it. We're getting there. We need to trim down a little bit. But yeah, that's like a filter of some sort of absolute nonsense. So it is actually, me that plays Diabetes Babs. And he's here to stay, people. Big up to Gianni. He will also be in the building very, 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 very soon. Big up to you, G-Man. Big up Aaron, my bro. Big up the world-class chat. Smash like and subscribes. Come on, man. If you're not going to listen to me, listen to Don Gianni. This is what we're saying, man. Big up to you. Big up to Gavin in the building, man. Always a pleasure to see you here. We got Chloe in the building. Hi back to you, my girl. We got JCG here from the start, mate. Here from the absolute start. Big up to JCG. Hopefully you've had an absolute belter of a start so far. Listen, we don't do a wanker of the week on a Friday. We save that to the Monday. I wonder if any of you fridge freezers, absolute geezers, can guess who is in the running.
Now, of course, you're Rory. You play Tommy. Before we ask you any questions, let's take a look at you in action.
New monarch, new age, new world. No room for a man like Eddie Connolly.
That's right. He deserves it.
Oh, what fucking acting that is. I'll tell you what. You don't need a massive bite size to know whether someone's got it and whether someone's got it. And I'm telling you, that man absolutely nailed that scene. What a fucking actor he is. If only he was as good at commentating on football as he is in acting. Jesus bloody Christ. But he is in the running, people. And if you don't know who it is, well, you'll have to wait till Monday to find out. Listen, do you know what? As well, quickly, I wanted to say, Sam, where is he? Oh, big up the views, man. Big up to views in the building, man. Big up my geezer. Come on, views every single time, my brother. We got Ashley in the building. What's he saying? We have 9 games this month. Absolute fact. We will see how Arteta manages players' minutes. Listen, man, that's one of the things we will eventually sort of get talking about as well. But yeah, you're absolutely right, bruv. It's a real pivotal month for Arsenal Football Club, isn't it? We're in every competition that we're in. We play all 4 competitions. We've got 5 Premier League games. 5 Premier League games, not 5 lessons we learned like Bavs. Nom 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 nom. 5 Premier League games. We've got an FA Cup game. I don't know if we get through that. We get another one in January. I'm not too sure. Like round 4, if we suddenly make it through, you know. We've got 2 Champions League games, of course. One of them away in Milan. And the next one at home to that carry-out team, whoever the fuck they are. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. And then I think we've got Chelsea, haven't we? So, yeah, we're playing in all competitions. It'd be interesting. It's one of them funny ones, isn't it? Okay, you're not going to be at the Champions League. Because of the points, we're done and dusted. That's absolutely fine. But you know what? You can go out of 3 other competitions. I mean, it's probably unlikely, but you never really know with Arsenal. You know, you could have a stinker away at Stamford Bridge, even though they're having a little bit of a 6-7, aren't they, really? Going over there, new manager. I'm sure we'll be through the door by the time we play them. I think it's on the 14th, that first leg. The return leg on the 3rd, I think, of February. But I expect us to get through that. But you never know, do you? You might have a biblical Western Supermare stinker. Do you know what I mean? You just don't know. Hopefully the boys turn up, whoever plays at Fratton Park. Do you know what I mean? Because Fratton Park, I'm telling you, the Portsmouth will be bang up for it. I expect us to do well, you know, but it's going to be a tricky one. And just like what you're saying there, Ash, big up to you, bruv. 9 games to negotiate, 4 different competitions. 3 of them, really, you can exit. And by the way, I mean, in the Premier League, you could draw at Bournemouth tomorrow. We'll get into that. You could lose at home to Liverpool. We'll get into that. You could have a stinker at home to Manchester United, a draw away at Nottingham Forest. You could effectively be out of it. You never know. Listen, we've got a nice 4-point buffer. We'll get into all of that as well. Do you know what I mean? But it is like what you quite rightly say, my brother. Very, very, very big. Very, very, very important January. That is for absolute true. You may or may not be right there. Big up to you, COYG. Come on, man. Come on, brother. Yeah, big up to John. Big up to you, Black Crow. Always good to see you in the chat, my friend. Topside Highbury in the building, man. Big up to you. He's saying big up to everyone as well. We got Hi from Sunny. It might be the first time I've seen you in the chat. Big up. Hendo. Big up to Hendo, man. Happy New Year to you as well. And good evening and watching. Absolutely. He's 100%, man. What we saying here? Lawrence, what juicy little morsel have you wrote on the screen, my brother? Just watched Pinkas on FTV video, the preview of the Bournemouth game. He looks even weirder with... Oh, no, he ain't done that, has he? Oh, mate, maybe he's going to be in the running for a bit of a wanker of the week on Monday. We'll have to have a little goosey at that at some stage. Don't know what people's problem is when they dye their hair ridiculously silly like colours. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. If you're a girl, all the power to you. Do you know what I mean? That's part of your weird beauty thing. Whatever. I'm okay with that. What are geezers doing? Do you know what I mean? Just fucking keep your hair colour. Even if you're going a little bit grey with a bit of pride. Do you know what I'm saying? What's going on here? But listen, let's do a little bit of press conference before we bring all the boys in, and then we talk about the Villa game. And then we're going to talk about Declan Rice, and we're going to talk about a bit of Bournemouth coming up. We're going to talk a load of things with the boys when they're coming here. That won't be too far long, but let's get through the painstaking, crappy, fucking all about me, Mikel Arteta press conference. And here he is. Boom. We're going straight back into the injury news, which is, I think we sort of all want to sort of know. Do you know what I mean? Especially the first one being Declan Rice. And he's basically saying here, and if there are any fresh injury concerns after Tuesday, and he's come straight in with no. Thank fuck for that. I think this might be one of the first match days where he's comfortably said no, but we haven't had training yet. So the downside is by the time they get in their training, we'll probably have a knock to Timber. Gabriel will probably get a knock in the warm-up. Yeah, well, so, you know, the first training session's gone on today. 2 of them are probably absolutely well and truly fucked, didn't they? But that'd be interesting to see anyway tomorrow, wouldn't it? On if the swelling on Rice's knee is reduced. Now, what I wanted to say about that is, assuming that Mikel Arteta ain't lying out of his backside, of course, and we never really know that now, do we? A little swelling on the knee. We sort of thought it could be a little bit worse. I know swelling anywhere ain't too great, is it? Do you know what I mean? Let's face it. But at least it ain't a big injury. And do you know what I did sort of think to myself as well? When he was in the crowd, jumping around, buzzing, you know, for the Villa game, all right, Mikel Arteta could have forced him there. You never really know with that guy. But he looked a little bit chipper. He didn't look in too much pain. He was jumping around and all of that. So I knew it didn't seem too sort of bad. And he's basically saying about the swelling on said knee. Not yet. We have another training session today. So let's see how he comes in. And that's how the feeling is. Yeah, but the Villa game was a bit too early for him. So do you know what I mean? Fingers crossed. And this is going to be one of the points that we're going to say later. So let me know what you think in the chat. A little bit of the clash here. Should he be on the bus for the Bournemouth game, or shall we save him for the Liverpool game? Should he stay or should he go? I know what I want, and I think I know what you lot want too. Calafiori Mosquera, done. Shark, horror, shark, horror. And then on the selection, headache of 3 strikers. What headache is there? I'll tell you, the only headache that he's got now that they're back is how he's going to bin Gyökeres off. That's the only headache he's got. This is what he's wanted. There's no headache here. He's absolutely buzzing. Mikel Arteta somersaulted out of bed knowing that he's got 3 fit strikers because he can bin the fucking bin the Swedish one. Facts. I think that that's what we want, to have options with the amount of games we have on the schedule. So far, we haven't had that. I wonder why, Mikel. I wonder why. So we're looking forward to having everybody on it. Everybody's performing. And being able to change profiles, just a new one. Be able to change profiles. It ain't fucking Twitter, mate. What you doing? During the game as well. To pick players in the best condition every time. When was the last time you was able to fucking pick a player in his best condition after running them all into the ground, you absolute nut job? Madness, man. Oh, I ain't read through one of these press conferences in ages. This guy's absolute batshit, isn't he? Absolutely batshit. On our improved discipline this season with 6 fewer red cards. Great. We know how important it is to maintain your 11 players on the pitch. To be fair, you know, the only thing discipline-wise that I've noticed with Arsenal, albeit a couple of them lucky, you know what I mean, is that we keep getting, and people might combat me when they say this, you know, it might be a smart sort of tactical foul pulling back, but we're doing a lot of that and in our own half. Has anyone else noticed this in the chat? When I come back to reading through, I'm intrigued to see, because we seem to be getting a lot of yellow cards where basically we're in the wrong position, we're a bit flat-footed, we've been beaten by a man and we're just dragging them back. Granted, do you know what I mean? Some people might say, and in some scenarios it might ring true, that it might actually be a decent foul. But we've been doing a lot of that. So I want to see that a little bit out the game. But 6 fewer red cards, assuming that that's so far this season. I don't know whether that's in all competitions, but I'd rather have 6 fewer red cards than not. Essentially, so fair enough. We lost both games against Bournemouth, and we know the difficulty of that. We know how good a team they are, how they can threaten you from every angle. So we know the difficulty of the game tomorrow. Yeah, look, listen, are they going to be with Semenyo or not? We don't know. We'll obviously get into that with the boys very, very, very shortly. And on what we're considering for the January transfer window, we're open to every option. I'm not going to read all of that because we know we're probably not going to fucking do nothing. But here we go. And if Ethan Nwaneri, or as DJB, the absolute legend, would describe him as, Emil, what's it? Ethan Smith-Rowe, sorry. Oh, nearly got that one wrong. Never mind. Every player is very important. Every player has a role. The role can change throughout the season for different reasons, and everybody has to be ready to play. So, you know, granted, yeah, I actually sort of agree. You know, sometimes you might need players in the squad. However, you've given him no minutes. We're 19 games into the Premier League. We've played 6 Champions League games, 2 Carabao Cup games. It's a lot of games. How many minutes has that translated for Ethan Nwaneri? You can make sure he's ready all you want until the cows come home. You need Premier League minutes. You need Champions League minutes. You just need any bloody first team minutes in your legs. And you cannot expect to rely on that kid when you've left him frozen for 4 months to come in and produce a top-class performance. Now, he may do, but you can't expect that from him. Come on, man. And that's all part of his shitty rotation, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? On Enzo Maresca leaving Chelsea, no one gives a fuck. On the mood is like amongst the team. Should be pretty good after that, shouldn't it? It's very good after the game. He's saying, yeah, they're in top condition, or against really a top opposition. Fair dues. Again, to perform and winning the manner that we did was great. Absolutely double fantastic. And the new focus is Bournemouth. Not going to read that last little bit. It's boring. And that little bit, sod it. And here we go. On the hunger from our attacking players to start matches. Yes, but to want to start, but as well fulfilling their role. Very fulfilled. We've got such a fulfilled strike force when they have to come in an extraordinary way. Oh, such a big word. That's something that we have improved a lot. So every time we bring in players on the pitch, they're really deciding games. And that's what we need. On a 4-point lead at the top of the Premier League. We've seen this before, haven't we, ladies and gents? How did he manage it last time? Let's hope that he's finally learned his lessons, which we all know he fucking doesn't. On 4-point lead at the top of the Premier League, it's where we are and where we're really happy in the position that we are. It can always be better. It would have been, if not for you. There are things to improve. Of course there are. And the only thing is that we know is that the next away game, we know how tough it is for every opponent to beat them. Absolute facts. It's going to be a tricky game. One we should still win, though. On the consistency required to win titles, yes, but we're still in early January. Listen, all you Arteta lovers, and there's none in this chat, so big up to every single one of you. Like and subscribe as well, you saucy sausages. On the consistency required, he's saying yes, but we are still in January with another 5 months to go. All you Arteta loving top gooners, your own manager even knows it. We are only in January. Calm your little knickers down, Jesus. And we have a lot much more to do. Of course, no one ever won the Premier League title in January. They didn't win it in October when everyone was celebrating it either. Absolute madness, but that's what you get when you've got a load of wank stains as fans, isn't it? What can you do? But not you. And how much he spoke to our players about discipline, and it says, I've sod that. Nope. Can't be asked. Rice's ability to master every position he plays in. He should only have to play in the midfield, Mikel. If you weren't destroying all of your defence, if you weren't destroying Ben White, if you weren't destroying Timber, he wouldn't have to play right back, would he? He just wouldn't. Let's just face it. He wouldn't. How much he values expected goal statistics. None of that shit here. Off you pop. And if Rice should have come off against Brighton. No. That's normal, of course. So someone's actually asked him, should he have come off? Should he have had a rest? Probably, yeah. Sometimes you get hit throughout the game. You're able with the adrenaline because you are warm. Listen to this bollocks. So he's got a knock. Clearly he's hurt. But because he's warm and he's got adrenaline, fuck him. Don't matter about Aston Villa next week. Probably the most important game of the season that he'll have, considering the circumstances. He's fucking warm. Let him go, don't worry, your adrenaline will see you through that. Yeah, all right, maybe it will see you through the Brighton game, but it clearly didn't fucking see you through the Villa game, did it? And it might not see you through the Bournemouth game. What is this geezer on, mate? I'm sure this geezer is smoking copious amounts of crack before he does this press conference. I'm telling you, he's absolutely batshit, isn't he? Absolutely bat de la fucking shit. How he reacts to new injuries to our players. Probably like Mr. Burns. Excellent. Absolutely, because he's caused most of them. Oh, didn't say that. What can we do better? What can you do better? What can I do better is what you should have said. That is the only thing. What can I do better? What can I do better? By the way, everyone, I thought we weren't going to get all these injuries now the masseuse left. Funny that, isn't it? So funny that we're still getting the same old injuries, but the masseuse left. I thought that was going to cure it all. What a load of bollocks. Bollocks. Bullshit on how players coming back from injury allows us to be more flexible. More fucking players. Who asked that question? What a fucking dipshit. On if Trossard has gone up a level this season. To be fair, he absolutely has. He's been a decent signing anyway. When he first came in that January, I thought he looked excellent. And then Mikel Arteta binned him and Russ Gabriel Jesus back. And we all know how that worked out, don't we, guys and girls? And he's having a belt. He's been meh, isn't he? He's been okay since, I always sort of have compared him to the Shaqiri of that Liverpool team with Firmino, Mane and Salah in, just that extra geezer to come on, a little tricky player that can hold the ball up, do pretty things and just contribute in some way. But he has gone up a level this season. That's just absolute facts. I think he's gone up a level every season. No. He's an intelligent player, though. I agree. He's a player that really wants it. He's found his role. Indeed, he's found his maturity here. We was like 28, 29 when you signed him. Like, what are we doing? How mad is it? Found his maturity here. What's he going through fucking football puberty or saying? Absolute mad, the shit that this geezer comes out with. I think his confidence level is higher. Absolutely. Finally, now that you're giving him a run in the team, he's a player that can create magic moments and he's an important player for us. Absolutely. No, I agree with that last bit. And if he's keen for him to extend his contract, well, you trebled his wages or thereabouts in the summer, but you didn't add a fucking year onto it. What are we doing? Why are we doing that? Absolute madness. Who does that, by the way? A player that's contract is nearly expiring, you triple his wages and you don't fucking even extend it by another year. That, I mean, I don't mind appeasing the player, but even just give him another year for crying out loud. Why do we do this to ourselves sometimes? Why do we just We just self-harmed, didn't we? Why do we do that? It's absolute madness. That I'll never understand the logic behind that. Whether it's Bert, whether it's Arteta, whether it was God knows what, I'll never understand the logic. You can explain it to me till you're blue in the face. It ain't going in. And the importance of finishers coming off the bench. Who's the finishers, by the way? Who's the finishers? Gabriel Jesus. Well, he's been injured for a year, and before that, he only scored 3 in the last year when he was fit. So who's the finishers? Kai Havertz, or the fucking donkey Eeyore, who was missing chances left, right, and centre. The reason why you signed Gyökeres. Madness, absolute batshit, man. Who asks these questions? I'd love to have it underneath there who actually asks them. And the fact that we've not won the league the last 5 times we've been top New Year's Day. No, let's break it. Yeah, well, you got 19 match days to actually do something about it. But if history is anything to go by, we probably all know what it's going to be. Hopefully things have changed. None of us have got a crystal ball. We will not know until May. But let's keep on going. Just back the manager. Trust the process. Fuck off. On the goal to change that. What? On the goal to change that statistics. For sure. What? Fuck knows. Who knows what that was all about? On how desperate the players are to change that. They transmit every single game when they're with us, training or in every match. I thought you didn't train. You can see the desire. You can see the energy they put in and how much they want it. And that's what we need. Still 5 months to go. 5 months to take it day by day. Enjoy that process. Here it is. Process. Here he is. Loves it. Process of being where we are and go for it. Wow. Do you know what? What a load of bollocks. What an absolute steaming pile, eh, guys? Where are we in the chat? Do you know what? I'm probably a little bit behind here, so I do apologise for anyone. We will open the opens thing in a very short while. I'm just going to go through the chat just quickly before I do. Big up to my sweetheart, Mama Flossie. Mwah. I hope you are well, my dear. I hope you had a lovely Christmas. I hope you had a lovely New Year, and I hope you have a banger of a 2026 and onwards, my dear. And that applies to everyone as well. Big up to you, my girl. Apologies if I've cut into that and missed a few chats. Obviously, when you're on the screen doing the press conference, when you're on any sort of screen, it's hard to see you can't see in the chat. I haven't got 2 screens like some of these other top YouTubers. What can you do? Happy New Year's Day, Mama Flossie. That's what I'm saying. We're always sending a bit of love to each other. Which is exactly what when we got a Nighty Geezer in here trying to be like Lee Gunner too much. Well, if you're going to compare me to him, it's nice to be compared to the good ones instead of the bad ones, isn't it? But thankfully for your polite criticism there, young man. I do double appreciate it. I'd rather be myself than a poor version of someone else, but that's lost on some people. But big up United. I'm glad you are where you are. Lynch, big up to you, brother. Big up to you, my friend. Hopefully you're well, my geezer. Big up to DG too, man. Big up to Martin Tapp in the building. Hope you and your family have had a good one too, my friend. Absolute belt, man. There's loads of people in the chat. This is what we're saying. Big up to every single one of you, man. I'm kind of enjoying the solo bit again, man. I need to do a little bit more. It's just so hard to find the time, people. But I'm going to try and make a little solo thing a little bit more of a regular. So I do apologise for the lack of it. Right, let's get the link in. Let's have a little copy and a paste. Give me 2 seconds. I just need to open this up on YouTube and then I'll lob it in there. Just bear with us for 2 seconds, guys. I'll tell you what, let me just put it in the StreamYard bit. Let me bang it in there and then I'll get it pinned in 2 seconds. So so you should be able to see that now. That is up. And then we will get you fridge freezers up on here. Right, just bear with me 2 seconds. Let me get this up. The link should be in the chat. Let me just send it to a couple of people as well. Just bear with us. What are we doing here? Of course, it's been a while. You can tell. Do you know what I mean? You can tell it's taking a little bit ages, isn't he? Oh, well, Aaron, he's a little bit rusty on his own doing this, man. What are we doing here? Give me 2 seconds, guys and girls. We got Macy in the building, man. We
What's
got
up, Aaron, my brother? Happy New Year.
Big up to everyone, man. Happy New Year to both of you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, mate. It's been a while
well.
since I've been on one of these. I'll be honest. It's been a bit mental over the last few months.
It's been a minute. Yeah. Do you know what? To be fair as well, around the Christmas time, I've cancelled a couple. One of the times I was way too steaming to be able to fulfill it. Honestly, it had just been Slur City. So I decided to cancel it. It's in the best interest of everyone. Trust me. I'd had too much of a Christmas drink. So yeah, that is what that is. But yeah, man, listen, let's get to our first talking point. Oh, who's that? But we got Jam Boy in the building. Jam Boy, boy. Big up to you, brother.
Big up, people.
Here he is, man. Listen, uh, while we've got everyone here, let's briefly touch on, did anyone watch the football last night? We had Sunderland and we had Manchester City. We don't have to talk about this for ages, but it's relevant, isn't it, man? I don't know about you lot, but I haven't, because obviously we're getting latter in the season. I know we're only halfway, but I've started watching everyone again. I'm trying to find time to watch rivals again. And I tell you what, sometimes it was like watching Arsenal. I was fucking just sitting there at the last 5 minutes just thinking, come on, hold on. Because all of them little points are getting important now, aren't they? All of them moments. What did you guys make of Man City dropping 2 points?
I think that's obviously a good thing for Arsenal, considering where they are. By the way, when you were going through the press conference stuff, the one bit of the press conference I actually fully 100% agree with Arteta on was when he said that it's only January, so you can't, dwell on it this early. That's the main thing that I kind of took from that, and it's something different to what he said in previous seasons. So that's something that I liked. And I think that the points dropped by City, for example, is very important from an Arsenal perspective, because even in January, keep that gap as clear as possible, and you've got the best possible chance of getting over the line this time around. From a City perspective against Brentford, look, I thought Brentford had some good spells in that game. The fact that Brentford's set-piece coach has outlasted Enzo Maresca, could be outlasting Ruben Amorim, could outlast Arne Slot is mad, but fair play to Keith Andrews for what he's done at points this season. I'll give him credit for that. I do think City is still the main threat for Arsenal's title race. I do think Arsenal and City, for me, are the only two teams in the top. I think Villa might just step off a bit, but don't get me wrong, I think Villa will still get top 4 in my opinion. But I think the title race is just between Arsenal and City again. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. City have always got that danger in the attacking threat lurking behind. But Arsenal, although their football's not great to watch, they just get results. And it might be a very copy-paste answer, but sometimes that's what champions do. And you can't do that all season. We know that for a fact. You can't rely on that for a whole season. We saw with the Spurs game, the Bayern Munich game in the Champions League, and of course against Villa in the second half. When you guys tear people apart, that is the Arsenal I love to see play. Whether it's Arteta, whether it's Wenger, whether it's other managers.
From a neutral, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. When you just play, when the actual style of play isn't great to watch, but you get results, it's like, but you're kind of scraping by, you're kind of letting the results speak for itself rather than focus on what you need to work on. And that's something that I think Arteta will need to work on January and going forward is, okay, the games that we don't play great, just make sure you don't lose. The games we do play great, like he did in the second half against Villa, take it by the throat. That's something that I don't think City did against Brentford last night. And I think that's something that Spurs failed to do against Sunderland as well. So it's the attacking threat and the actual cutthroatness of the final third that's actually lacking in the Premier League at times with some of these sides. And that's something that they all need to work on in some regard, in some shape or form. Arsenal just seem to do it a few times and on a regular basis in terms of getting results. City have that deep threat that they can pull out at any point because City have had previous experience in the past few years of being behind in title races and then zooming ahead when everyone drops off form. That's something Arsenal need to be aware of. But from an Arsenal perspective, definitely a good weekend considering the drop points from City.
Yeah, no, facts, man. Yeah, I agree with everything you said, man. Nailed it. Macy, you was next in the building. How are you doing, my brother? And man, what did you watch the Man City game yesterday?
Yeah, I have, Aaron. I was watching it with my brother, and it was a very interesting game. Like, Man City were playing like they really wanted to take 3 points, but they just couldn't find a way past Sunderland. And Sunderland were holding their ground. Like, their defense was well packed together. And one Sunderland defender, I think it was Mukiele, he was the only one that was defending to keep Sunderland out, to keep Sunderland like their defense solid. And there was one point in the game where Doku was running forward into the box. He tried to shoot, but then Mukiele put his head in the way and blocked it. So that was a great defensive from Mukiele and Xhaka as well. Like, Xhaka was outstanding yesterday. he's been very good since returning to the Premier League. But City, for me, like, this was their opportunity to put more pressure on Arsenal, and they blew it. And there are two players in the City team that I need to call out, Haaland and Foden. Like, Haaland's supposed to be their striker, but every time when Doku or Cherky is trying to get forward and give him the ball, he's like not making any runs forward. I just don't know what's happened to Haaland ever since he got that 100th goal for City, and Foden as well. Foden was absolutely abysmal too, but that's why Pep relies on Foden, because he is the only one that can get him a goal, but Foden couldn't find a way to get a goal. So like Pep needs to make some adjustments to the team. And the best thing is that it looks like Semenyo is on his way to Man City, because I've just seen the news of him completing his deal. Yep. So like City could look even better with Semenyo in their squad. And all in all, I've even seen reports of Brennan Johnson wearing a Crystal Palace shirt. So it looks is officially a Palace player. So City, like, I still believe in my mind, City are still another team to challenge Arsenal for the league. But Arsenal have to keep improving on their performances. Despite the fact we were able to beat Aston Villa, the first half we were terrible. Like, Villa had so many chances to score, but Ollie Watkins, like, I just don't know how has he been able to miss such a glorious chance to put Villa in front. And in the second half, when Amadou Onana went off injured, we were able to take advantage of that. And the first goal was absolutely amazing. Gabriel, I'm happy that he got his goal for us. Like, it's great for him to be back in the squad and score from another corner. But I was a bit nervous when he went down holding his leg. I think he had cramp or something. But all in all, I'm happy he was on the pitch, and it's good that he's back up to speed. But I just do not want Arteta rushing him back too quickly, because if Gabriel continues to play at a huge risky game, then that could cost him his health. The second goal that we score, Odegaard with the assist to Zubimendi, and what a finish from Martin Zubimendi. But he's been a bit off the pace this season since joining from Sociedad. Like, he's been getting overpressed by any opposition that comes towards him. But big up to him from scoring that second goal. And the third goal, Trossard, that was an absolute amazing finish. The way he absolutely smacked it into the back of Emi Martinez, that was outstanding. Trossard, for me, has been carrying Arsenal throughout the whole season, and without him, we could struggle. So all you top gooners that had the audacity to say, but we need to get rid of Trossard and Martinelli. Well, excuse you, because Trossard, he is still the same. He is still carrying this football club into where they should be going, and that's the Premier League title. And the fourth goal from Gabriel Jesus, he took his goal well, but I'm still I still haven't forgiven him for what he said in his press conferences like 2 years ago, when he said, sometimes I'm not very good at scoring from open play. Like, that was the one horrible thing he said in one of his press conferences when he said that he's not good at scoring from open play. But all in all, he took his fourth goal well. I'm happy we beat Aston Villa. It's about time we beat Unai Emery. And listen, I have a lot of respect for Emery. Like, I still think he should have never been hounded out of Arsenal in the first place. I would have given him another opportunity, but the way that our fan base have hounded out was absolutely disgusting. And I still rate Unai Emery as head coach, and I still do rate Emi Martinez as goalkeeper, because even though he conceded those 4 goals, I still think he should have remained at our football club. But you know how Arteta is. He loves to sell our best players, and persist with the players that are not good enough and are just doing it for their paychecks, Aaron. But all in all, we've got the win over Villa. Now we need to go to the Vitality and beat and get a result against Bournemouth. But Bournemouth, they are a tricky side, and especially last season when they beat us twice. 2-0 at the Vitality and 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium. So Bournemouth, for me, even though that Semenyo is on his way out of the football club, Bournemouth still have some players that can hurt us, like Justin Kluivert, Evan Nielsen, all these top ballers. So Bournemouth and Areola, for me, that is going to be our most trickiest away game this season. So we cannot afford to lose that game because City are still behind us in the title challenge. And I expect City to beat Chelsea because Chelsea are in a bit of a crisis because they sacked Maresca. And it looks like they're on the verge of getting Liam Rossinier from Strasbourg. So we have to keep winning our matches and we have to keep putting pressure on Man City if we want to get that league title. So, but I'm happy we are making good progress, but let's keep it up going forward to May.
Yeah, now, facts, man. Yeah, I agreed with you, old Unai Emery thing as well. Listen, he went down in a little bit of a strop. Do you know what I mean? But, it's only the passion coming out. It's because he didn't want to lose to Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? That's what it is. He knows. He's had a good run at the Emirates, and to be fair with him. With Villarreal as well, of course, as Aston Villa. But, yeah, I agree. I don't think he got enough of time at Arsenal. However, I also at the time wasn't too happy with him. It's one of them, innit? But yeah, Jam Boy, just before I bring you in, bruv, big up as well. The Liberian in the building, man. Big up to you. We've got someone in the chat. I don't know where they are. Who's from Kenya? Watching from Kenya. Big up to you, Steve. And big up to everyone who's watching, whether it's in England, United Kingdom, wherever it is around the world. Let me know where you're watching, man. Big up to every single one of you, man. It's always nice to see, you know what I mean, in other sort of places of the planet. You've managed to find time to watch little old us, little old me. So it's always greatly appreciated. Jam Boy, man. I said, I don't know if you heard or you was watching. I said on the Monday show, or it might be the last Friday show, basically before the Aston Villa game, Arsenal Football Club it was imperative, not just to win at Aston Villa, mate. Not just to win. We needed a proper win. I'm sort of sick and tired of saying this season. I feel like I've said it in every single game. Just as long as we get over the line, I don't care. Or, by hook or crook, just win the game or get 3 points. I feel like I've said that for the vast majority of games. So I looked at the Aston Villa and the stage was almost set, wasn't it, really, to beat them and can beat them convincingly. There's a bit of spice between the managers. It's Arsenal at first place, v third place. Is there a title challenge going on? If we lose, there absolutely is for Aston Villa. They're really catching pace, and Man City could have, although we know that they didn't, would have caught pace. Arsenal Football Club needed to win, and they needed to win big. And do you know what? They absolutely delivered. All right, the first half was a bit of, finding out about each other. We had some dangerous moments. I thought at first, Onana, it weren't even a fantastic run. He was just being allowed to absolutely stampede through that midfield. I was very, very, very worried in the first half, especially the early stages of that first half, that we were just so exposed in the centre. But look, we got to the half time. It was 0-0. We found each other out, and we found our gear in the second half and ran riot, man. What did you? You can add a little bit on the Sunderland game if you want, but about the Aston Villa. More than anything, what did you make of it, brother?
Well, you just said everything I was going to say about the Villa game, so move on. no.
Anyway, that's the show. Sorry,
the first half, they could have been 3-0 up. I mean, if Ollie Watkins had his shooting boots on, I don't know what he was doing for some of the chances he had, but normally he puts them away, and it makes you think. I'm glad we didn't sign him in that January. He's going to do things like that, but overall, I think he's a good player. Yeah. The second half, mate, yeah, this is what we want. This is exactly what we want. That second half was just a joy to watch. All right, we slacked off a bit in the last 10 minutes, I'd say. Let them score a goal. But overall, I'll let them off with that. That was and I'll tell you what, was it? I can't remember. Was it what game was it when David Raya made that absolutely brilliant save? Was it the game before?
What against Villa?
Yeah, that was Brighton.
It was the Brighton game. Yeah. I'm thinking the wrong game. But I'm thinking the wrong game because
you're on about that where he cuts in to make it nearly 2-2 and he
yeah.
I thought you was on about the other double save against Aston Villa prior. Sorry,
that's probably what I'm thinking of. But that save in that Brighton game, if that's 2-2, I don't think we do that to Villa because our heads would have dropped.
That's a great point.
That save was unbelievable.
Yeah,
right. So we win that 2-1. He was man of the match for me, Brer, in that game for that moment alone. But that Villa game, that second half, recently we've been playing really well in the first half, and then we've dropped in the second half. In that Villa game, we weren't really at it in the first half, and we've done it vice versa. The second half against Villa, honestly, that's what I want to see. I've got no complaints. That second half was unreal. It was great. If we play like that, for 70, 80 minutes of every game, we will go on and win the league. I believe that. The problem I've got is that we're playing one good half and then a shit second half or a shit first half.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And you can't get away with that really. I mean, we have been this season, but it will catch up with us, and that will turn against us if we don't start performing better in like say the first half against Villa. We need to be a bit better in that first half because, as I said, if they go 2-0 up, we're in shit street. But overall, and I just want to make another point on what Mason was saying about Jesus. Gabby Jesus said that scoring goals isn't his strong point. It's not his strong point. Now, to cut him a bit of slack, I think what he means by that is scoring. He's not an out-and-out 9. He's not an out-and-out 9 and like a Haaland. I think what he meant by that is that he's more of a playmaking sort of false 9, where he'll hold the ball up, bring others into play. That's probably what his strongest part of his game is. And I personally think that if Gabriel Jesus had Aubameyang's finishing, he'd be one of the best strikers in world football. I really do. I think I actually rate him up.
Considering the rest of his game's pretty solid, the finishing.
The problem with him is his injuries.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I'd keep him. I'd keep him for the rest of this season.
Yeah.
If he plays really well and helps us to a title, I would extend his contract for another year, 1 year. I wouldn't be going down the road of fucking 5 years and all that.
I think he's still got 18 months from now, though, isn't he? So
he's got another year after this season.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know with Gabriel Jesus. I can't 100% say I agree with you beyond this season, but I do agree with you, and I've said it. Yeah. Look, that's it. But we all agree with each other, apparently. Look, but we do it politely when we disagree. That's the difference. One of the things I will agree with you on, though, before I bring Gianni in, is I actually do think now it would be foolish unless an excellent offer comes in. If someone from Saudi comes in or wherever and goes, look, here's 20 million or whatever, Gabriel Jesus, this is an up, bye-bye, tala, sayonara, fuck off you go. But considering, and I know it's only a small bite size, considering I don't think Arsenal are going to sign a first team forward in the winter, considering we have got injuries left, right and centre, considering the Sakas and everyone's Gyökeres's, hasn't really, Martinelli's not really 100% form. I think it would be a bit foolish if a loan or a derisory offer came in like 5 million. I think it would be foolish to say no to that for the rest of this year, purely because he's come in, he looks like he's settled himself. I think it could be a good squad addition for the rest of the season. We're still in 4 competitions. There's still January left. There's a lot of games, like I said at the start of this, in January to play. There's all 4 different competitions. You can start him against Bournemouth away and then start Victor Gyökeres against Liverpool. You can start him in some of the home games in the Premier League that we've got this in January. You can start him at Fratton Park. You can start him in some of the pointless Champions League games. You can definitely start him in Carriat. You can start him in the Chelsea away. Just sort of see what I mean. I think it would be
I wouldn't
quite
be against
foolish.
starting him tomorrow.
Yeah. And like I said, unless a big offer came in, I think it would be a little... If he'd come back, he looked miles off the pace and things like that, maybe I'll be questioning what I just said. But I think...
He does. He's looking sharp. He's looking sharp. I'm not going to get carried away because in 2 or 3 games, he could go down again. He could break down again. I know this. What I'm saying
it's a long-term worry, though, Jam Boy. That's a long-term worry as well.
If he finishes the rest of this season injury-free and plays as like he has been, like since he's come back. That goal against Villa was unreal. I mean, that was just unreal. That cut back from Trossard, the first touch, and then the nonchalance, the way he just bent that in. Martinez might have well sat down and read a book. He ain't fucking getting near it. You know what I mean?
What must Gyökeres have thought coming off for him
best.
in his first touch? He just scores a goal, isn't it? Yeah.
Unfortunately for Gyökeres, Arsenal, the way we set up to play, it just doesn't suit Gyökeres' game at the moment. I do think he would come good. I do think he would. I'm not giving up on him totally yet. But at this moment in time, from what I've seen from Jesus since he's come back, I feel more comfortable or confident that he's going to score a goal against Bournemouth tomorrow than I do with Gyökeres. That's it.
That's the sad where we're at, isn't it?
It is. I want to see Gyökeres banging goals in. I want him to play and score goals. But right now, this now is our most important game this season. Every time we win and City drop points, the next game is our most important game in the league. If we don't win tomorrow, City win, then it's back to where it was again. It's, you know what I mean? We need to capitalise tomorrow again and put it to 7 points.
Yeah.
Yep, facts.
We have to, and then put the pressure back on them.
Can I add on to that as well before I bring Johnny again? I'm so sorry, Johnny. I will add this up in a second. I think, apart from obviously playing Bournemouth tomorrow and Manchester City playing Chelsea, I think the next, I'll get it up in a second, but I think the next 2 or 3 games they play first. So you're absolutely right. This is a really good opportunity as well to start putting pressure on, because Manchester City are going to be playing first for the next few games. And they're going to be putting the pressure on us to sort of win games. We will get more into that in a second, but I want to get the thoughts of this Chicago legend down here, the Napoli geezer. Naughty Napoli Gianni, man. Come on, brother. How are you doing? Happy New Year, first off, bruv. And talk to me about Aston Villa, my man.
Well, Happy New Year to all the guys. I'm watching a game while we're talking here. Keep an eye on this AC Milan game. I think we're glossing over the Villa game a little bit too much. I think the Villa game exposed a few things. Number one, depending on how long Declan Rice is out for, that's a much more concerning thing that I think what a lot of people are leading on.
Agreed.
That's number one. Number two, Gabby Jesus, I still wouldn't give a rat's ass. If I'm going to start anybody in the striker position over Gyökeres, it's going to be Trossard with the way he's scoring right now. I'm sorry, man. He's the only guy that we've had at a false 9 that actually played well and consistent in that. And he was robbed of that starting position when he rushed Gabriel Jesus back when we threw
22-23
through the season away when we were 8 points clear. So I'm going to be honest with you. If we're going to try to take the ability of Gabby Jesus, I'm throwing him on the left wing. He looks better as a winger than he does as a striker, in my opinion. I think with what you're saying, Tom Boy, as far as capabilities and everything else, he would fit more so on the left wing and being able to dribble in. And I think you could also use Trossard's ability to pick passes. And let's be honest here, behind Gyökeres, Trossard is our best pure finisher. So I would want the best pure finisher that could be out there in the striker position. Now, the Villa game, we won that game because Onana went out with an injury. If he doesn't go out with an injury, I don't care what anybody wants to come up with an excuse for or anything else. He was running that midfield like it was nobody's
100%.
And the even sadder thing about that was because of the yellow cards, Kamara wasn't there, which would have been even worse if we would have had to deal with him and Onana in the midfield at the same time. But also, Matty Cash was not there as well. So we didn't play a full-fledged Villa team. The fact that Onana's injury was the difference is the scary thing, because everybody swore up and down Zubamendi was this unbelievable midfielder. And I'm sorry, man. Zubamendi is not what everybody thinks it is. We need Rice back as soon as possible, but with proper healing. I don't want anybody else rushed back, because I'm with Macy too. If Magalhaes is hurt, everyone's saying it's cramps, but if Magalhaes gets hurt for a significant part of the season, like potentially Rice could be, this is going to be a tough season. Because for me, that game against Sunderland for Manchester City shows that this ain't the same City team. It's not. I'm sorry. That type of a game, Kevin De Bruyne or Gundogan pulls through for them. They don't have that. I'm sorry. Everybody's been hyping up this Reiners. I'm sorry, man. I watch City A. Reiners has to be on it. Reiners can take a random game off here and there. He's not an ace in the hole to be a difference maker for them to go win a title right now. So this is on us to go out and win. The problem is not the problem. Well, it's a mix of a problem. And the question is, are we going to be healthy enough to do it? Because if we can get through these games and remain in first and we get completely healthy, I'm sorry, I don't think we're giving up this title this year in particular. But it's going to be down to the manager on how he's able to handle the injuries in the rotation right now. Because what is it? I think it's 9 games in January. We got to make it out without rushing anybody back. Let go of the grudge. Let go of the bullshit. Ethan Wanyeri needs to get some minutes because guys need some time off. Wanyeri needs to play. Even if you got to throw Miles Lewis-Skelly in at the midfield at certain points because Nkapia is going to play left back, let him do it.
Yeah.
Let him do it. We got to get some rotation in there because we can be 4 points ahead right now. If we got injuries all the way through, we're going to have a problem to where City could eventually catch us because it's more self-inflicted than them actually winning it. And that's what the worry is for this season. If City goes on and wins the title, it's how much self-inflicted damage did Arsenal do as opposed to City going on and winning the title. And like I said, that Villa game exposes a lot with that midfield. Odegaard.
That first half, G, innit? That first half.
The first half, I mean, here's the thing. People are celebrating Odegaard. Well, it's about fucking time, dude. You've been making what, 250,000 pounds a fucking week to play like shit for almost 2 years? About fucking time you woke up. And you better keep playing that way, especially now, because we're going to need you to play that way with Rice injured.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing that we need to figure out here is how to protect Zubimendi. Because, brother, if Onana doesn't get hurt, they ran through that midfield like nothing. And that's also a scary thing as well. Everyone's saying Villa's falling out of the title race. If these motherfuckers can get 2 loans where at least one of the guys they get in can score goals, they're not out of this title race. Because if Ollie Watkins had his finishing boots on, he'd have had a hat trick in the first 38 minutes of that fucking game. So we got a lot still to go because it's only January. But this is not a foregone conclusion, and Arteta needs to get over his bullshit in the past. He needs to do his rotations properly and do not rush anybody back. If he can do that, we can win this league.
Yeah, no, facts, man. Just before we bring Laura.
Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert. Mutant alert.
Plenty of them tonight, but here's one in particular. Yanks talking football, snore, snore. Let me tell you one thing, Jay, just quickly. You probably haven't got the football IQ of Gianni's left toenail, but don't worry about that. And the little rubber one, I can promise you that, Jay. But never mind, eh? They're all out in full force today, aren't they? Wow.
Cocksucker.
That's part and parcel, sadly, of YouTube. What can you do? Big up, man. We've got Geezer making his return. We've got Lawrence in the building. Big up to you, Lawrence, man. First off, I hope you're well, my friend. Second off, happy Christmas to you and the family. Third off, happy New Year. Fourth off, great to see you back on here, man. How the fucking hell are you doing, bro?
The mutants, fuck off.
Thanks, Aaron. Happy New Year to everyone. Feeling a bit groggy because I did the traditional New Year thing out here in Los Angeles where we celebrate the New Year twice. So I'm a bit worse for the wear, so bear with me.
Yeah.
That's
all good.
Yeah, we all the British community gets together in the pub at 4:00. We celebrate the British New Year at that time, and then it carries over to midnight. So
nice.
I don't know how I got home, but I'm here in one piece. I've seen this movie before, lads. You know, I keep saying it. You know, I keep my feet on the ground. Where have we seen this before? Where we've blown a lead at the top of the table, and Man City overtake us? It's just our fan base just doesn't learn. Neither does this manager. I was talking to someone on Facebook about this the other day. You know, he was an Arteta lover, and he kept telling me to trust the process. And I said, I'll believe the process when there's silverware in the cabinet at the Emirates Stadium. And he's trying to convince me that Arteta's got his name inscribed on the FA Cup, which is weird because I thought the only thing you see inscribed on the FA Cup It's the name of the team that's won it. I've never known a manager to get his name inscribed on the FA Cup. And the game the other night, it's hard to say because you can't write City off. You just can't. We're 4 points clear, but you know they're going to come back, and you know with Arteta, he's going to fuck it up somewhere along the line. It's just written in the stars. The Villa game, if someone had told me at half-time we were going to win that game 4-1, I'd be calling up the loony bin to whisk them away because that first half, I mean, it was a bad day to start off with because we heard about the injury to Declan Rice. And that first half, how we were level at 0-0, I've got no idea because they were making toast out of Marino. Marino was nowhere. In fact, we were lucky to have Marino still on the pitch at full time because that foul on Morgan Rogers was definitely a red card.
Second, definitely.
Definitely. How he got away with that because I've seen refs.
We've got the FA and everyone against us, and the referees against us. Yeah,
exactly.
The agenda.
It's
real.
So it's just I mean, it was a great performance in the second half. I was happy for Jesus getting his goal. But we've got to keep it going like that. It can't be a one-off. We can't start playing shit again on Saturday because I know what's going to happen with this manager. It's probably going to be another performance like the Everton performance from the other week. You can't win a league title by not stuffing the worst team in the league, and it's a busy month for us this month. We've got the Carabao Cup semi-final this month, where I believe that Arteta will field the strongest team because we've got to get to Wembley. It's a cup semi-final. We can't start rotation out on that, but the other games definitely. If he starts playing the full team, and players who aren't 100% fit. Then, God help us come the end of the season because I can see the same thing happening again like it's happened the last 3 years or so.
No, absolute facts, man. That's the sort of thing that we all keep saying, isn't it, with this Arsenal team? And all them top gunners you're talking about, Lawrence, and everyone on this panel has spoken about, everyone in this chat has heard and know that they speak about. They just cannot be able to just see the point that we're coming from. None of us here in chat on this panel want Arsenal to fail. Neither do we want really Mikel Arteta to fail. We want Arsenal to win. Mikel Arteta wins, Arsenal win, and that's good enough for me. But the fact that people can't differentiate between the Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Football Club when you're sort of criticising, the fact that they can't even just open their ears and their eyes and basically just see the point that we're coming from. We ain't woke up out of bed halfway through the season and gone, do you know what? I think Arsenal is up. We've only got that opinion on one thing and one thing only. 6 years of watching it happen in real life. That's that. That's just the hard facts that people just they know they just don't want to admit because they're so heavily invested in their bullshit. They will do anything to protect their investment, and even talking against absolute logic. What can you do about it? There was a point, I don't know if Jamboy or whether it's Gianni, maybe that made it. And it's basically sort of saying about the games and the way they're falling. And I always had this 6 fixtures until Feb. But of course, ladies and gents, we have played the Brighton match. And of course, we played the Aston Villa match. Not the Forest have played Manchester City, of course, and Sunderland have played them as well. So we've got in the Premier League 5 games left. And I sort of had this up earlier or before in recent sort of streams and basically said, where's that winning run coming from? Now, I said that a little while ago, and so far, I think, 5 games in now? And off the back of a very good Aston Villa performance, we've got 5-5 in the Premier League, I think, or is it 4-4? Someone will have to just confirm that with me. I think it's 5-5, but I'm not too sure. We need this title-winning run from somewhere, and that's got to continue here. I didn't think it was going to be where we are, to be fair. but we've got Bournemouth next, and we need that for a win, absolutely. We've got Liverpool in a poor moment at home. And we've got Nottingham Forest, who aren't quite the team that they were last year. Let's get that right. We've got one of the worst continual Manchester United teams my 36 years has ever seen. And then Leeds away, a tricky game. But now we can look at this sort of on the back of a bit more of a run, and especially on the back of a very good performance. Is this not where we win the Premier League? Absolutely, because you're not going to win it in January. That's an absolute fact. But can we absolutely get our foot in the door and dictate this title race in these next 5 Premier League games in January, considering as well they've got a comfortable game against Brighton, and then they've got a couple of tricky little fixtures here coming up. Manchester United, on the face of it, absolutely horrendous. But Manchester City, they haven't actually been performing very well against Man United in recent seasons. So, you know, that's always going to be a bit of a feisty one there at Old Trafford. They've got a very comfortable game at Wolves. And then their bogey team away as well, Tottenham. Is this an opportunity? And anyone jump in, anyone jump in. Is this an opportunity now that we know we're on a 5-game winning run? Now we know 2 of them games are won, to actually stamp our authority on this title race coming into early February. Anyone who wants to take the stage?
Yeah. It is an opportunity, but with this manager...
we go Lawrence and then Chow, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. It is an opportunity.
It's all good. It's all good.
It is an opportunity, but we know by Arteta's track record, he has a tendency of fucking things up. So yes, we can do it, but whether Arteta can do it for us, that's another question.
Yeah, no facts. What are you going to say, Chow?
Well, looking at these 5 games now, looking at the side, I mean, it's again, this is for me.
I couldn't be bothered to edit it.
No. To be fair, it looks great. But what I would say is, on paper, this for me is the time for Arsenal to make that gap as big as possible in terms of between now and the end of the season. This is where the gap gets bigger if they were serious about winning this title. Looking at the 5 opponents, Bournemouth, they've got some great players. It's already been confirmed that Semenyo's playing against Arsenal for Bournemouth before he moves to City. So Semenyo will be involved in that squad. So that is one player that Arsenal will be keeping their eyes on in terms of when they play that game. Liverpool, yes, they're not great to watch. They're in a poor run of form. However, if Liverpool can get a result from somewhere, it's against these one-offs against a team like Arsenal, who are in a much more competitive position than Liverpool. They might not be great to watch, but I think Liverpool will hold on for that's probably, for me, the game that could be a boring 0-0 draw if Arsenal and Liverpool aren't careful. Nottingham Forest, Sean Dyche, they defend quite well, so Arsenal need to be really, really aware of that low block. Man United, again, they're awful, but if anyone can get a result against Arsenal on a one-off situation, not based on form, it could be United. You never know. And then Leeds United's never tricky anyway because they picked up points against the likes of City and Chelsea and teams like that. Yeah. So Leeds for
they
me
looked all right, didn't they, yesterday? At Liverpool, they looked tricky. Away.
Yeah, exactly. Time, yeah. And then when you look at City, you know, City's not got an easy run of form either. Chelsea are just coming off a new manager bounce. Could be the new manager, could be a temporary manager, which I think it will be. Brighton have got some good players, 50-50 run of form. Man United, they'll be up for that one for sure. If any player's not up for a Manchester derby, they shouldn't be playing in the sport altogether. Right. Wolves, beatable, but having said that, Man United made Wolves look like a Europa League team. And Tottenham have not been great either. So that for me is an easy 3 points on paper for City. City have got every opportunity to close the gap on Arsenal. It's up to Arsenal not to look at what City are doing, because I know that's what some Arsenal fans may use as a potential excuse if they do drop points in certain matches. They may look at, but City should have done this and City should have done that. No, Arsenal should be doing this, this, and this to open that gap from 4 points to 7 to 10 to whatever, to get it as far as possible going into the next couple of months, which could be the toughest run of form going into the rest of the season. So for me, Arsenal have got every opportunity in this potential run of few games to open that gap. It's up to Arsenal, not City, to open that gap, because if Arsenal don't open that gap and City close it, going into February, it's on no one else but Arsenal.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. Johnny, I see you shaking your head about the Arsenal Man United game. I don't know how you feel about I don't know how you feel about the whole sort of run now, but sort of like, and I agree with what everyone sort of said so far. Is this where we have the opportunity to really stamp our foot down in this title race in these next 5 Premier League fixtures, G?
I mean, it's more of just the next 5 Premier League fixtures. It's more of all the fixtures that we're going to be playing across the board. It's not just Premier League, because with this schedule that we're looking at right now, both teams should win every single one of these games. I don't think there shouldn't be a game where City drops unless it's to Spurs, because Spurs has been their bogey team for however many years. Yeah, or Arsenal drops it. Listen, Arsenal. If Arsenal play how they did the second half against Liverpool, against Liverpool, we should be smoking Liverpool 4-0. That team doesn't give me any confidence. That team, they're done. Liverpool's done. Bournemouth should be getting smoked either way. The 2 tricky ones for me is actually the Nottingham Forest away and Leeds away, because again, Arsenal's biggest problem isn't beating the big teams. Again, up until we lost to Liverpool at the beginning of the year, we have a fantastic record against the big teams in the league. It's the next tier that always costs us because we play down to the competition. So Nottingham Forest away and Leeds away would be the 2 games that I'm more worried about. Man U, I'm not worried about, man. Their midfield is shit. They're getting points here at random games. I mean, they gave Wolves their 3rd point. There's nothing about Ruben Amorim that worries me with that game. We should be beating them too. It's more so of, can Sean Dyche rig up a low block to beat us, like how he stopped us before with Everton in the past and everything else.
Burnley, yeah.
And Leeds, and we saw Leeds give Manchester City a run for their money at home. City pulled one out right at the end, but Leeds gave them everything they wanted and then some. So for me, it's the smaller teams that, for Arsenal, worry me more than the bigger teams. I'm not concerned with Liverpool and Manchester United. If we drop points in those games, then again, we have to look at what the context is. Are guys playing hurt? Is the manager not doing rotation and these guys are just gassed? Neither one of those games scare me. It's can Arsenal take that next step in proving themselves as champions and pick up the points in every game you're supposed to?
Can I just add to you on that Leeds one as well, by the way? I watched the Leeds-Liverpool game because I was coming back from seeing my dad in the hospital fighting cancer. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. So Leeds-Liverpool were playing as we were coming back, because I got the chance to watch Donny Chesterfield first. And I watched the Leeds-Liverpool game afterwards, and I watched it back again in full as well. What worries me about Leeds from an Arsenal perspective, and what should worry them from an Arsenal perspective, is the tenacity, the fight, and desire for Leeds to get something out of that game. Even when Liverpool took that lead back or gained an extra goal, they would fight, they would put the effort in, they would give it everything they've got. And when these lower teams, like you said, Gianni, the lower teams would have to worry Arsenal more than the big teams, because we all know Arsenal can pick up points against the big 6. It's these low block teams, it's these teams lower down the table that are going to look at this and say, this is the mighty Arsenal. We've got to give it everything we've got. This is the mighty Chelsea, the mighty City, the mighty United, Liverpool, Tottenham. Give it everything you've got, and you've got no excuse. Any team below the big 6 who isn't giving those games every single bit of energy they've got should be sacked on the spot regardless. So the Leeds and the Forest, like I said, Forest for me is a tough one for Arsenal. For me, the toughest one out of there from away from home is Forest, because they're going to play low block. Dyche is going to have the defensive play about him. He's going to set up to be compact, not let Arsenal in very, very easily. And that will shut out a lot of the top scorers for Arsenal, the likes of Trossard, the likes of potentially Gyökeres, the potential of Eze being locked out, Saka not given the freedom to express space, cut out by Forest. So, and again, Leeds, their fight, their kitchen sink mentality, even in the dying seconds, that's going to be a true test for the back line. And this is where, again, it comes back to rotation. And this is one thing that's always concerned me about Arsenal, and I'm not going to shy away from it. I did back Arsenal at the start of the season to win the league this year, and I've not been Arteta's biggest fan, but I have backed to win the league this year. If he doesn't, I'll hold my hands up and I'll say I got that wrong. But from an attacking perspective and from a defensive perspective, Arsenal need to rotate better than what they have done in previous seasons, and that is going to be down to the manager. If a player is not 100% fit, I don't risk him. If you've got someone who can take his place, and this is why I think
we got the
January's
squad
very
now.
important.
We got the squad now.
This is what I mean, and it's also been coming out through Sky Sports and through other media sources in the mainstream that Arsenal could have a quiet window in January, despite the links to the likes of an AC Milan fullback, and there were links to Mateta as well. I don't think Arsenal should be having a very quiet window. I think it won't be as busy as other teams. Don't get me wrong. You do have the squad, and you do have the depth.
No.
I think, but I do think you need to bring in 2 or 3 players.
He doesn't get any more money, brother. He doesn't get any more money, brother. I'm sorry. No.
You don't think you need at least 1 or 2 signings in January to give you that extra cover in case of rotation?
No. If this team is about it, go on and fucking win it. I know we're going to get to it because it's the big news about it. I do not want to deal with the bullshit that's going on with Chelsea right now. And what I mean by that is this. Chelsea just sacked Enzo Maresca because Chelsea has a PSR possible transfer ban hanging over their head because of how they've run their finances. We haven't sold anybody and we spent over £1 billion. Go and fucking win. Go and fucking win. Because I'm not dealing with, we're going to sign somebody, and then it comes in, and then he still doesn't do rotation, so it's an unnecessary signing, waste of money, and now if we end up fucking it off and City win, now we have a possible situation with PSR to deal with. And you never know what they're going to do because, look, they pulled that bullshit with Everton trying to dock them points. We don't need to deal with that, and we don't need to deal with the transfer ban if we do need to get somebody out to bring players in because players have history problems. No. Go on and win it. Go on and win it.
No, I do get that. I 100% get that. When I watch Arsenal this season, do I think they have the squad capable of winning the league? Yes, I do. It's like you said, it's the rotation that worries me. Will the manager rotate players out when they need fitness, when they need time to rest, things like that? That's what worries me the most. But when I look at the January window, I know a lot of top gooners and so-called top gooners have said, we think we've got the squad to win the league. I do back Arsenal to win the league, but I do still think you need 1 or 2 pieces in terms of strength in depth to actually get over the line. Because I'm not 100% confident.
I can see where you're coming from, and I can see where Gianni's coming from.
I think left fullback is the main issue for me. I think you got square pegs round holes in the left fullback.
The problem is,
I think Lewis Skelly's covering. I think Lewis Skelly's covering gaps. I think Calafiori for me is not a left back. I think he's a left centre back in the back 3. I think that I think your last proper left back was Kieran Tierney. I think he should have played more games than he did. That fullback that you're linked to, I can't remember his name, from AC Milan. He'd be a nice option, but again, I don't know much about him, so I can't say. What's that, sorry?
Who, Estupiñán, the guy that went there from Brighton?
No. It's a different left back. Let me just get the name up a second.
Just quickly, while you're having a little look,
Teo Hernandez, is he still there?
Oh no, he went to Saudi.
Yeah. I thought we
So the name the name that I saw through Sky Sports that you were linked to was Davide Bartasaghi. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Another
That's the guy you were apparently linked to.
Yeah, another youth academy player that's not proven at any main level or anything else. No, fuck that. But why waste the money? Here, if you want to make sure that you can win, how about we actually play that fits all the damn players? Why are we hoping that Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz are coming back when these 2 assholes have shown that they're not proven to get us over the line? Why can't we just play direct with Gyökeres instead of this false 9 nonsense?
Yeah,
I fully agree with that.
If Odegaard's allowed the freedom to be able to go forward and actually play his natural position, look at the way that he played when Onana came out of the midfield and Odegaard was actually able to do what he wanted to do. Once that happens, you don't need Gyökeres to do this dirty work bullshit. You need him to be up top so that he can be fed, so that he can score goals. Again, I said it after the Brighton game. Where was that cross that Saka gave in when Martinelli shot it over the goal? Where the fuck was that cross the whole time for Gyökeres? If that's Gyökeres, he buries it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll add to that as well, Gianni. And this is what I kind of stepped back on the Gyökeres situation and kind of looked at it from both sides.
Just making a coffee. 2 seconds, boys.
Yeah, no worries. I think there's a divide in the fan base in regards to Gyökeres, and I think I know where it comes from. I think Arsenal, especially the Arteta inners, are like, oh no, Gyökeres must adapt to this system, otherwise he's not going to play. But I think the people that back Gyökeres, and I think the people that want the manager to either win or get out, which I completely understand because it's been that long now, from their perspective, I think the system now needs to start working around Gyökeres. Don't work through Gyökeres, work around Gyökeres. And again, like you said, Gianni, he's a direct striker. He's someone who will get on the end of crosses, someone who you'll work the ball into. And Saka and Trossard are good enough anyway to whip crosses into the box. We've seen it numerous times. I've seen it from a neutral perspective. So for me, it's a case of if you are starting Gyökeres, work the system to direct and whip those crosses into the box for Gyökeres to get his head onto. When Gyökeres comes off, or if Gyökeres doesn't start a game, and Jesus is Havertz when he comes back, Trossard in a false nine, like you said, Gianni, at one point, that could be a good way of doing it. This is when you adapt back to your original system and say, right, we haven't got a direct striker now, we've got a false nine, either starting or coming off the bench. This is where you cut inside, you work around it, and it's not just rotation of personnel. Arteta's got to rotate his system to suit the players, and I think you'll get the most out of your squad when you rotate your system to suit certain players. And for me, that wins you leagues, not just sticking to one system, hoping players adapt to it and hoping for the best and maybe not succeeding.
Yeah, this manager ain't got that in his locker though. That's the frustrating thing, man.
The problem
He's just got his way or the highway. Go on, Jam Boy.
If he rotated more than I wouldn't say more than he does because he done anyway. But unless it's like an FA Cup or Carabao Cup or we're playing a team we should be beating in the Champions League or whatever. But in the Premier League, he doesn't rotate enough. That's why we've got so many injuries. They're all pulling up with hamstrings and muscular injuries. We
all the same.
I get where you guys coming from. We're saying we could do with a couple of players because of the injuries we've got. But at the same time, Gianni's right in saying why should we keep giving him money to foul with? He's had enough money. Like he hasn't really bought in any players that are injury prone. But since they've come to Arsenal, they've become injury prone. Funny that.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. The only reason we need a couple of players to come in January is because we're light, because of injuries. I mean, Odegaard was out injured, and one year he didn't get a sniff. If he can't get a sniff and play when we've got Odegaard out, when's he going to play when he's back?
Jam Boy, do you know what? He didn't even get a sniff, and we had wingers injured as well, Nwaneri. That was when we had both.
As well.
Yeah.
One year
and Saka was out.
Apparently,
Aaron, he'll only rotate. Aaron, he'll only rotate if the players get injured. That's what he does. He only rotates the team if the players get injured. That's what he does.
Just quickly before we go, Sudes, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise the time that was put in, bruv. If you're still in the chat, big up to you. Hopefully you and Mrs. Sudes and anyone in the family had a good man. He's saying big up Adam, panel and chat. Hit the likes and sub. Yeah, that's it, man. Smash them likes up. They could do with going up a little bit more north, ladies and gents, man. So smash them up and give us a cheeky sub as well, man. But big up to you, Suge, the absolute geezer from down under. Yeah, sorry, go on, boys.
I have it on good authority.
Lawrence, go on, bruv.
I have it on good authority from somebody I know back home who's got a source on the inside at the club. He said that the reason he's not playing Nwaneri is because he's had a fallout with Odegaard. That's why Arteta's not giving him any game time. Which is if it's the case that Odegaard's run up to Arteta and said, look, this guy, I can't get on with him. That's out of order.
You never know, do you? I'd heard that. I haven't seen it on any proper massive outlets, but I have heard sort of whispers and other few channels and a few people sort of saying things like that. Do you know what the worrying thing is, or the real shameful thing about that statement is, Lawrence, is that we shouldn't believe it. We should all go, nah, absolute load of rubbish. It just goes to show you how Mikel Arteta has been at this football club, that we actually think, do you know what, it's probably true. That's worrying in itself.
You've got someone in the chat saying, but Arteta has rotated recently. Yeah, recently being the key word, because all the players are fucking injured. He's had to.
He has to.
I mean, can you imagine Tony Adams going up to George Armstrong saying that he's had a fallout with Paul Davis or David Rocastle, or even Frank McClintock running up to Bertie Mee saying he's had a bust up with Peter Storey. He doesn't want him at the club. You know, it's unheard of.
Could you imagine? They'd get thrown up against a locker by their throat, wouldn't they?
I need to bounce. I need to bounce.
Go on, big up to you for jumping on, bruv. Appreciate it, man.
No, big up, man. I do the content on PT Sports, so big up.
Give him a follow. PT Sports, man. Big up to you. Have a good Friday, man. All the best, brother. Cheers for turning up, man.
Big up, man.
And another thing as well, Aaron, is that the fact
Go on,
that
Mace. Go on, Mace.
not only the Leeds and Nottingham Forest game is a bit tricky, the Bournemouth game is a tricky game too, because tomorrow, like, Bournemouth are on a bit of a winless run, but can you imagine if they beat us? Because, like, they've got a good record against Arsenal, because last season they did the double over us, 2-0 at the Vitality and 2-1 at the Emirates. And also, I just looked at on the possible lineup news. Declan Rice is available for that game, but I wouldn't play him in that game because
they've made him available now, have they? Because that press conference, I think, was morning / knocking on the doors of 12 that I'd read earlier. So they did say that they were going to have a training session and then see. So have you read up-to-date news then? Is that what you're saying? He has been legitimately made available, Declan?
Well, it's just the thing is, I wouldn't risk playing Declan tomorrow because we don't know if he's 100%. Because if this manager plays him too quickly, then Declan could get injured like so easily. So I wouldn't play Declan. So I would rather persist with Moreno in midfield. And listen, I'm not a big fan of Moreno in midfield because in the Villa game he was absolutely shocking. The amount of times, like, there was one point in the game when Rodgers got the ball and then Moreno just absolutely took him down. He should have been sent off in that game. I just don't know why does Arteta keep putting this geezer in midfield. He's too slow. He can't run back, and he's not good at going forward. He runs so slowly. So if I'm Moreno, you should put him in as a full striker. But the thing is, the manager thinks that this squad is more than capable of winning the league because he thinks this squad from last season is more than capable of winning the title because he said to the hierarchy, I'm sticking with this lineup. I think this lineup will win me the league. So I just think this manager wants to show to every single member of the Arsenal board that he believes that this formation, this lineup is the key to us winning the league, which I believe that might not happen because I just think to myself, why can't Eze and Madueke get a game? Because every time when I look at them at the bench, I see them frustrated. They just say to themselves, why am I at the football club? I'm supposed to be getting an opportunity, but the manager doesn't want to play me. So
do you know what as well, Mace? That's a good point that you're making. And considering how, and credit where credit's due, considering how good Arsenal been in the Champions League, considering the teams that we've drawn in the Carabao Cup, considering some of the fixtures that we've had in the Premier League sandwiched between them, there's been a plethora of opportunity, an absolute mass amounts of opportunity for rotation. There's been scorelines, and not many, by the way, but there's been some fantastic scorelines, like the Tottenham result, like the Bayern result, like the Leeds result, the Atletico result. There's been, obviously, the Aston Villa result. There's been some fantastic results where you've gone 2, 3, 4 ahead in some cases. Why the fuck are you making those substitutions? Why are you making substitutions on the 85th minute? Why are you making them on the 90th minute? And this is all part and parcel. And do you know what people will say, Macy, to that? And before that, we'll bring Natsa in there. Do you know what people will say to that, mate? They'll say, oh, well, he came on. Oh, well, it's only a couple of minutes. Like, oh, what's a couple of minutes going to do? When we're playing a 50 to 60 match a season league, or in total, when you're playing that many games, 10 minutes here and there, that adds up. That adds up massively when you consider all of them in. That massively adds up. In them 10 minutes, and no one can see the future. That 10 minutes might be the difference between someone coming in with a Ryan Shawcross challenge on Declan Rice or Bukayo Saka. You just don't know. I'll tell you what, that guarantees you that they're not going to get an on-field injury when they're off the field. Why is there no opportunity to rotate? And like I said, someone sort of said, I think it was Jamboy said to someone in the chat, he's rotated plenty. He's rotated when he's had to. He's rotated when there's injuries.
Recently,
he hasn't rotated adequately.
Was the key word. recently. He has rotated recently. What you guys smoking? That's what he's wrote. It's the what you guys smoking. That fucking winds me up. That does. Fucking little prick.
Yeah.
Come on in here and have a chat. Show your face instead of fucking giving out fucking digs. You know what I mean?
They don't, do they? Yeah.
Cunts, man. They fucking wind me up.
Cowards, Aaron, because
I know that's what they do.
they just don't understand the facts that we're trying to say to them, and they think it's nice to hide from us, like we're like that we might do something to to just expose them.
Anyway, big up, Nat, man. I didn't see you. You popped in, you crept in there, mate. And
He
slipped in. That's a good statement.
Slipped in, man. Yeah.
Moreno in midfield just shows his favoritism because he thinks that Moreno in midfield is the right choice, but I think in my mind that is wrong because Moreno is a slow midfielder. Every time the opposition gets the ball, he runs so slow he has to jog back to them. I just don't know what makes Moreno in midfield good. So if the midfield that I would choose is Rice, Dauman, but we know that Arteta doesn't like Dauman and doesn't play him. So if the midfield that I would choose is Rice, Zubamendi, and possibly and Eze, because that midfield is the best. Because the midfield that we have with Odegaard, Zubamendi, and Moreno, I'm sorry, that doesn't work.
No. Just quickly, Nats, just quickly before, because I'm going to bring you in 2 seconds. I'm literally going to bring you in next. What's up, bruv? Just quickly, what's up? Oh, never mind. Ejub, big up to Ejub. Arteta starting Moreno in midfield just shows his favouritism. Facts! It's obvious, double facts, and this will be his downfall, mate. What? Not a truer word spoken there, my friend. Big up to you, man. Got T. Guna, big up to you in the building, man. Hope you're all well. Hope you had a great New Year's and Christmas and all the family, etc., etc. And this is it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Arteta is in a power struggle with Berta. His time is up. Listen, bruv, like we all know it. There's a power struggle going on. And if you look at the signings wanted, slash with the signings got, and now how Arteta's treating said signings that he didn't want over, by the way, Sesko, you know what I mean? Come on, what we're doing here. You can clearly see there's a power struggle. And the only way Mikel Arteta wins it is by winning top trophies. And he doesn't do that. Bert's probably going to win that hands down anyway. Come on, the mafioso. But big up to you, T. Guna. And just quickly as well, again, before we bring the geezer Natster in, I see you there drinking a pint of beer. I'm doing dry January, stuck with me Star Wars mug, drinking fucking decaf coffee, you bastard.
That's a Cronenberg fucking
I'm not
glass,
doing that
isn't
shit,
it?
man. I'm not
That's
doing
a
that.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
have to, man.
Cronenberg glass,
Anything,
isn't
my
it?
New Year starts at the tax year, innit? April 1st, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's strong with you.
The real ones know
fuck off. Look at you bastards, man. I'm turning my camera off.
Nat,
I'm turning all your cameras off. Fuck you.
Cronenberg glass.
Yeah.
I've got 2 of them.
Yeah, no, I've only got one, mate. Yeah, I've only got one.
Yeah,
but
courtesy of the pub.
He definitely didn't. I was just going to say, definitely didn't steal it from the pub.
No.
Definitely not.
Allegedly.
Definitely not. Oh, that's wicked, man. Get it? Yeah. You know, well, listen, we've all got a pub glass in our cupboard. Everyone has. I mean,
I've got about 4.
Yeah.
Got to be done, isn't it? Got to be done. Yeah, that's it. But I'm not jealous, Natster, at all whatsoever of you drinking beer, you wanker. Not at all jealous. I promise you. Not even in the slightest.
Yeah.
What was you going to say?
Big up Aaron and the rest of the panel. Fucking real ones. Yeah, like for me, I've said this before, you've said this before, Aaron. We've all thought this and or said this, right? That Havertz signing a couple of years ago now, pretty much, is going to be this manager's downfall. We see it, you know, the way he's talking about Havertz, you know, like it's almost like he's talking about his missus. Like Jesus Christ, like the glazing of Havertz from this manager, it is beyond pathetic. You know, he's doing it a bit with Jesus as well, and that filtered away a bit. Do you know what I'm saying?
2 seconds.
And this whole like power struggle with the board, which is really Andrea Berta, mafioso bad boy Berta, mate. Best believe that. Do you know what I'm saying? And the manager, like that will be his downfall ultimately, because I've also said, like, you know, having the Marino, Odegaard, and Zubimendi, not in that order, that Real Sociedad trio in midfield, that's his wet dream. He's fulfilling his wet dream.
Plasterer's radio.
Yarni, Jambo, Quadra, mate, Aaron, when he gets back, we all know this. He's been wanting this shit from day dot, and he's got it now, and he's going to rock with it. And as soon as Havertz gets back, that's a full orgasm for this bomber Clark. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, yeah, if he keeps freezing out Ebrieza, Gyökeres, even though they haven't been performing great, Madueke, who actually has been playing pretty well, to be fair, scored a banger last time he played, pretty much, against Brugge.
Mm.
You know, you don't start implementing that, you know, freezing out Ethan completely, like, it will bite him on the ass. I'm going to be real. And he's shitting bricks because he knows he has to win. Chelsea have sat Maresca now. You know, I don't know if they're going to bring the Strasbourg manager in the next few weeks. I think they'll probably
idiots if they bring him in. They're fucking idiots if they bring him in.
Yeah. Oh, look, I can't wait.
100.
I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. They'll probably have an interim by the time we play them in the bridge, in it, for the first leg of the semi-final of the League Cup and that. But
I'm thinking it's on the 14th.
Bring it.
I'm sure.
Bring it.
Yeah.
Bring
we
it.
have to win that game.
With the situation now, we should be smoking Chelsea.
We have to win that game. There's going to be no Caicedo, I believe, for the first leg.
Yeah,
it's the easiest draw, isn't it? It's the easiest draw over 2 legs. Newcastle or Manchester City.
Now we got the best draw.
Win that game, get to the final. Because if we get knocked out by Chelsea,
it's peak.
We're done. We're done for the whole season.
The fact that we played them away first and we're at home in the second leg, it couldn't have worked out any better. Because you don't want to go to St James's Park.
Exactly.
And you don't want to go to City, do you?
Do you remember back in the day, right? Whether it was in Europe or in the League Cup semi-final back in the day, I'm talking like, granted, 15, 20, 25 plus years ago, where, especially in the Champions League, where you had away goals in it, you always wanted to play away first, in it. Especially in the Champions League.
Because you know what you got to do at home, and the crowd knows.
You get a draw or you get a 1-0 win, you know what's required when you go back home. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, there's no more away goals and hasn't been the case for 5 years. Fair enough. But the mindset should be very simple. Basically what Newcastle did last year. Beat them 1 or 2-0 at the very, very least. Go home the following week and whoop their asses again. That's what we need to happen. That's what needs to be done, right? And then go get to the final, probably play City, maybe Newcastle, but I would say mostly City because Pep's on a mad one. You know, he didn't win nothing last season. He has to win something this season. So the time is now, my loco settings. The time is right here, right now. Fat Boy Slim and all of that as well. Like, this is crucial, especially with that Maresca news. You know, because I think I heard that, you know, he fell out with Bluco and all of that, you know, like, and I think, you know, he walked or whatever, or they found some kind of agreement, you know. Like,
he walked.
Oh, he left. Yeah, so he did. Yeah. He bounced. Yeah, he bounced. Something that this manager will not do. He'll
15 or
he'll be given the ultimatum like Wenger, bruv. Trust me. That
about
guy
the money.
is arrogant. Yes.
I mean,
about to demand.
I'll be honest though, if Maresca lands the City job, City's fucking smoking because Maresca don't deserve that. And if Maresca lands the Juventus job, please do, because you can be a dumpster fire with that shit team anyways. So Maresca, the fact that he got connected to both of those clubs show the state of what could potentially be happening after Pep and the dumpster fire Juventus is. I'm sorry, dude. Maresca ain't that good. He's not that good, man. The motherfucker with Leicester had Leicester balling out in the championship and then almost gave it up in the second half of the season with them. He did the same thing with Chelsea, got him to second place. If it wasn't for that bullshit call against Aston Villa in the last game of the season against Man U, Aston Villa's in the Champions League and Chelsea's still in the Europa League, man.
Beat Man United.
Add on to that.
2.0.
Oh, go on. Yeah, that's it. No, facts,
No,
man.
just say it a bit. Man City go from Pep, like United went from Alex Ferguson to whoever Moyes, wasn't it?
Moyes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even Mourinho couldn't save them. And if you go from Pep to Maresca, I don't dislike Maresca, but he's not on the same level. I think that they'll drop down, and they could be on the same sort of.
Yeah,
they might not. But
I agree.
I know,
but then again, everyone's a drop down, isn't they, from Guardiola as well? Yeah. But that's a big drop down, is the point that you're saying, isn't it, Jamboy?
Yeah,
that's a massive drop. That's a massive drop.
I thought City would have gone for someone like, I don't know where he's at right now, but remember like Michele in when
he's in their system. He's still the manager of Girona. He's still in the City group, but he's not. They're not going to do that, dude. They're not going to do that. Hell no. Hell no. Listen, if they get Maresca, congratulations to Maresca, but City's not going to win shit with him as the manager. I'm sorry, man. He's not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed they ain't gone for Luis Enrique.
I'll say this to Yasser respectfully, like, you know, he's an okay manager, but he's not what you think he is. He's not what you think he is. I remember as soon as he said, what was it, last season when they were second, they were like a few points behind Liverpool, and he's like, we're not in a title race. I was like, you ain't it. You will never be an elite manager. You might be better than Arteta, but you're not an elite manager. You know when they're Pep, you know when they're Klopp. Even now, you know, even Unai Emery to a degree. Do you know what I'm saying? I know we battered Villa, but still, it is what it is. Like, that guy goes to City. City won't win. They won't win shit, really and truly. Definitely not next year, for sure. So.
Have we already qualified for the Champions League knockout?
Yes.
Yet?
Yeah.
Because I've got a gut feeling that Arteta's not going to rotate against Inter Milan or K-Rat. I think he'll still play a full strength team against those two sides.
Surprise me.
You know what? We see him do it against PSG and PSV. Sorry, and I reference this, Lawrence. You're absolutely right. That's a major worry, and it shouldn't be. 7-1 up in the second leg, and then 9-3 up after 45 minutes of that, and he's still
the first team still fucking playing, and Saka's still getting flogged.
What we're doing there? Gabriel injured very soon after that.
Could have put the reserve on for the rest of that game when the fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they should have even started it. Yeah, that's right. They should have had all the subs on and then all the reserves on. Yeah,
you just don't.
Starters shouldn't play either of the next Champions League games. We're already qualified. What's the point?
Don't matter if you finish first or
Who cares if we put the second team out there and Inter beats them 2-3-0? Who gives a shit? As long as you get into the knockouts and you get to dodge the first set of games, so it's less games played. Who gives a fuck?
Yep.
Yeah. We're playing into away. That's what we're playing into away.
That is what I have. That is why I have liked because do you remember when we played Inter last season in the Champions League? They beat us 1-0, and because I remember they had a huge game like on their mind. Before they played us, they beat us 1-0, and then they went on to I think they beat an Italian team. So into this season, they look more dangerous when they had Inzaghi. So don't underestimate Inter, and of course Kairat as well. And listen, a lot of us don't I don't know much about Kairat, but I think they are like the underdogs of the Champions League. I mean, this is their first ever experience in the competition, so that is why I don't get gassed up that will beat Kairat, because you never know which kind of Kairat team we will be playing against.
If he starts Rice, if he starts Bukayo Saka, if he starts fuck it, even
Kairat could be a fucking home banker, whoever we play.
He's gonna
they knocked Celtic out of the preliminary round.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I actually agree. I think it was Gianni that said about the Milan game. Do you know what? Considering the teams that we've got in and around that Inter Milan game, and considering as well what we've learned from previous lessons and what we know and how Inter Milan play, we all know how that game's going down. That's not going to be a 4-4 draw, is it? We all know that Mikel Arteta v Inter Milan is going to be a very, very, very stinky game, first team or not. I actually do agree with Gianni. I think we should just be sending out a second-rate team with enough quality of winning, I guess. But like, you know, you don't want to see the likes of Saka there. You don't want to see the likes of Declan Rice is there. Anyone in the back line, you can afford to give a breather. Obviously, position depending. If you can give Timber a rest for Ben White, excellent. If you can give one or maybe even both of Gabriel and Saliba a rest, do that. If you lose 1-0, a stinky 1-0, or a 2-0, or a 2-1 against Inter Milan, considering you've rested players for the Premier League fixtures that actually matter around that, does anyone really give a fuck? Let's just get that absolutely right. No one cares.
If you put the second team out and you lose 5-0, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
I also agree with that.
You lose against Inter, and you surely got to beat Kyra at home. You still finish top of the fucking league.
The team can fucking beat Kyra.
Exactly.
And who should be starting up top for that, isn't it? You know it.
Starters, especially because we got the League Cup, and I agree with Natster and Aaron. Me and Natster and John Boy have said this multiple times. The League Cup is going to determine if we got the mentality to go forward and win, to knock one of the trophies out early. With what just happened to Chelsea, unless Chelsea pulls a rabbit out of their ass and gets a completely different manager than what they're talking about, we should be smoking Chelsea in the League Cup and going on to win this trophy. You want to talk about the rotation and make sure you go full at it for the League Cup? Put the second team out for both the Champions League games. You already qualified. Who gives a shit? You got home field advantage no matter who you get in the round of 16. And then if you're really this good, you go forward in the quarterfinal. Like I said, my personal opinion, if we're looking at all the other clubs that have worked like this over the recent years, Chelsea and City, we're not winning the Champions League our first year. We're not. You got to establish that you can go on and win. So with that being said, you make the Premier League above all and everything else because they need to get this title out of the way. Me personally, I don't think we're winning the Champions League. Maybe at full strength we could win it, but I still doubt it. I still doubt that. For me, focus on the league. Go get that League Cup. If you want to throw the FA Cup in and get a domestic treble, by all means. The Champions League, for me, I don't think Arsenal's winning it, but definitely in the group stage, throw all the kids on there. Who gives a shit?
It is all the fixtures. Just quickly, guys. Here's all the fixtures in the entire, so we can see what we're dealing with in this January. We've been through this. You know, we've been through this. This should be fine. Let's scroll down to here now. So you've got the Liverpool game. You're going to be starting your best team. I think that's facts. Then all of a sudden you've got two different cup competitions. You can afford it. You can afford a sneaky rest here. You know, I know it's going to be a little hectic third round, but
second team
you should be able to put some experience in there. I think that's fair to say. But yeah, you can nicely rotate for this. You'd expect. I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park. These games can be tricky for your second team, but you should be winning with your second team. And then you've got this fixture here right after. So all of a sudden you should have nicely rotated here. All of a sudden again for this fixture, you can throw a lot of them back in. Maybe you can rest one or two, depending on the state of the previous 3 games, any injuries picked up, anyone that's overplayed. You can do this. You can do that with that fixture. And then all of a sudden, you've got your Nottingham Forest game. And this is why I wanted to say that. It's 2 important fixtures. We should be smashing Manchester United anyway. But the Inter Milan game is sandwiched between a tricky, as we always say, a tricky Nottingham Forest game and a home tie against Manchester United. This game don't mean shit.
It's a nothing game.
It don't mean shit. And then you've got straight here, you've got Manchester United game, and then you've got this Carriac game sandwiched with what you'd absolutely expect would be a very, very, very tricky away game. If you're Mikel Arteta, and I said this in the Wolves game, and he didn't do it, and I've said this many times this season, if you can't rotate at home against the shittest team the Premier League's ever seen, Wolves, when you're going to do it? If you can't rotate when you're smashing the Champions League to bits against an Inter Milan team for your Manchester United home game, if you can't rotate at home whilst you've already pissed the fucking Champions League and qualified against a Carriac team I don't think anyone had ever heard of, bar this year in the Champions League, for the Leeds game, when the fuck can you, people? When can you?
We need to learn from Liverpool last year. Yes, they won the league, but they were top of the Champions League, and then they got beat by the winners, PSG. We beat them earlier last season, and then we lost to them in the semis. When it mattered, by the way. And again, the ultimate point is the buck stops with the manager. Like you said, Aaron, if he's not going to rotate, rest, against Wolves. Like for me, if he doesn't put a second, third tier, third string team against Portsmouth, like I'll be livid, bro. I'll be livid. I could understand playing somewhat full strength against Bournemouth tomorrow. I could understand against Forest even away, but Inter, we need to be resting because Man United, I don't just want to beat them, I want to batter them 4-5-0.
Yeah,
it's about time we slap these motherfuckers. And then after that, we got Karat, whatever the fuck that team is. That needs to be in like Portsmouth, second, third team. Do you know what I'm saying?
They're under 23 should beat them.
Leeds away have been doing the business, innit? I said they'd stay up.
Yeah.
Some people would have disagreed with me at the start of the season, but I'm sticking by it. And they will stay up, Leeds.
Looks like they are staying up. They
They will stay up.
Yeah,
even if it's just they will stay up. Calvert-Lewin scoring, he's on fire. But through all the games that you put out, Portsmouth, Inter Milan, and Karat, that's where we need to be resting.
Yeah.
So basically, the only time these players are playing 2 games in a week is basically the Chelsea game, the first leg.
Yep.
That should be it. That really should be it. You play your strongest against Liverpool. Cool. I really want to beat them because we should have beaten them away at the start of the season.
Yep.
Rest against Portsmouth. Slap them motherfuckers, Chelsea. We play somewhat full strength against Forest. But even in those kind of games, Forest, you could rotate. Even Bournemouth, start the strong team, start the first team, and then, sub at 60 minutes. I want to see a 50-minute sub. He can sub at halftime here and there, but he only does it when players aren't doing what he wants to do. How about you make 50-minute subs, when the players are knackered, the likes of Timber and Declan Rice and that. Because as much as I don't rate Norgard, you're telling me he couldn't do a job against Bournemouth, even if he's kind of like right in front of the defence. Like, what are we doing here? What are we actually doing?
I think the Bournemouth and the Leeds game won't be easier on paper. On paper, they're not easier, but the thing is that they will try and beat us. Leeds, especially at home. If they won't, Leeds ain't going to low block us at home.
They'll be right.
Won't have it. Nottingham Forest with Dyche as their manager, they're going to low block us, and that's where we know we struggle. We struggle with a low block. We do. Anyone that's got half a brain that don't want to lose to Arsenal, just low block. 9 times out of 10, you'll get what you want.
Season Forest low blocked us because Santo had an amazing idea of how to keep our attackers out, and that worked because Santo absolutely blocked out every one of our attackers. And what made it even better was when he roasted Martin Keown, because Keown was saying to him, "Oh, Nuno, why did you play this kind of low block?" It's because, and he said that, well, maybe it's because Arsenal don't have a striker. So the way I'm so glad he said it in front of Martin Keown, because Keown should be should understand that Nuno, that Sean Dyche could do the same thing that Nuno did last season when he played that kind of low block against us. And if that happens, if that happens, then we might not find a way to beat Forest if they play this kind of low block against us.
Especially if we've got two CDMs.
Sorry, go on, John.
Especially if we've got two CDMs. Sorry, mate, go on.
Yeah. No, you're good. I was just going to reply to Roll. You're saying we've got 5 players injured now, don't we? Who do we rotate in the defence? With Ben White, Calafiori, and Mascara all injured. Look, the thing is it's granted, I know we have got a few injuries at the back. A lot of them are self-inflicted from this manager, by the way. But you can find something. I think we've got an academy player. I can't think what his name is. You bring him
Josh Nichols.
Nichols, that's the one.
That's
the one. You can bring them in for some games. You can. I know it's not ideal. But there are fixtures in this run where you can put Norgard at centre back. You've got Ainsley Niles every time. Miles Lewis Skelly. Granted, you haven't got fantastic options, but the point I'm making is you do have options to be able to rotate. I'm not saying that's an ideal thing to do away at Chelsea. I'm not saying that's an ideal thing to do at home to Liverpool. I'm not saying that's an ideal thing to do away at Nottingham Forest. But what I am saying is we can absolutely afford to be doing a little bit of rotation in that defence as such against Portsmouth. What I am saying is we can afford to do it in the Milan game no one cares about. What I am saying is we can do it at Carriat. That's 3 of the 9 games we've got this month. That's 33% rotation. I've just given you there on games that don't really matter. And also, as well as saying that, there are games here that I expect us to win comfortably. Why can't you bring off a Gabriel and a Saliba? Or one of them? Why can't you bring off a Timber for Nichols when you're 2 or 3-0 up against one of these teams and preserve them defenders to stop them getting more injuries, to make sure that you don't have to keep relying on a patch back defence? Because that's what we're doing so far.
Do you know why, Aaron? Because when we go 1-0 up against these teams, he tends to fucking lock up and sit back, and then they equalise. So then he has to keep on them players.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You don't carry on. You don't go in for the kill.
In fact, 100%.
Did against Villa.
Yeah. And he did against
There's games.
Well.
Go on. Sorry, yeah. There's games here quickly just on that, and we will have Kyle Walsh-Gunner joining us in a second, man. I'm buzzing to hear what he's got to say. What an absolute legend, man! I'm looking forward to him jumping on. If he's backstage, I'm on a different screen, Kyle, so I do apologise. I'm not ignoring you. But look, these games against Bournemouth, I don't know how you boys sort of think about it. And if Kyle's in by the time I've had a look, we'll get him to have his opinion on all these fixtures. For me, Bournemouth, that should be a game. All right, it'll be tricky. I should be wanting an Arsenal 2-0 win here. I think it was Natster who made this point. I want to go and see us take the piss out of Liverpool now. We are due that. We are due that against Liverpool. I don't want us to see us. Granted, a win is a win. Wicked, excellent, fantastic, buzzing. But we've got an opportunity now to take the piss out of Liverpool. They're not in a good moment. We're at home. We should be in a good moment. I want to see 3 or 4 against Liverpool. That's what I want to see. I want to see us step up and absolutely destroy a big team. I want us to tell Liverpool that's who we are now. Remember them times where you were spanking us 4s and 5s? That's what we do to you now. I want us to see us get through against Portsmouth relatively easy with a heavily rotated team. I want to see us go to Stamford Bridge and minimal come back with a draw. But I kind of want to win. I'm not going to lie. But minimal, worst case scenario. I get this now where I'm going to say, look, summer games, I will be just happy to come out with a bastard 1-0 or a 2-1 win. That's a Nottingham Forest game. I am quite happy for that. But notice how I'm not expecting us to get over the line every fucking game or get an own goal here. For that Nottingham Forest fixture, I don't care how it comes. Just give me the 3 points. Milan couldn't give a fuck about. Manchester United, copy and paste what Natster said yet again. Copy and paste what I just said about Liverpool. Spank them. We say this every year about Manchester United. There ain't a better time to spank Manchester United, and we never fucking do it. So we should be doing that to them. Carriat, I mean, come on, that's a given. And Leeds, another game where I'll be happily just to get a bastard 1-0 win. There's 2 bastard 1-0 wins. I'll be happy in that 9. Other than that, there's a couple of comfortable wins and a few fucking spankings I expect out of this fixture, this run of fixtures. Absolutely, well and truly, 100%.
Aaron.
And that's what it's all about. This manager, right? The buck stops with the manager. It's down to him because we know the players are good enough. Whether we rate or don't rate a few here and there, it is what it is. But I fully agree with what you're saying, Aaron. Other than Forest and Leeds, and Inter Milan as well, all them 6 other games, and especially with Carriat and Portsmouth, that will be second and third string. That's what needs to happen, But even in those games, we need to be slapping them motherfuckers. Proper. We need a solid 90-minute performance, right? We got to show them who's the daddy. We're the big daddy now. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Right here, right now, Fatboy Slim says, this is what it's about. If you want to win the league, you got to slap Liverpool. Especially at home. You got to slap Chelsea. I don't care if they're playing away. Do you know what I'm saying? They've lost Maresca. They're about to get Strasbourg manager. Internal solutions kind of and all of that, Slap them. Big up Kyle Walsh. And then, last but very not least,
big up Kyle.
And what is it? Kyle Walsh, you know Man United fans. I do as well. Man United at home, I want a 4-0 minimum, bro. Minimum, because Ruben Amorim will still be there. And even if he's not there for whatever reason and they decided to pull, but I think they'll wait until that game. If we slap them 4-0, I think Ruben Amorim will be gone. Sayonara and all of that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah. But like, that's what I want to see. I want to see total annihilation, destruction. If we want for the quad, if we want for the league and or Champions League, right? That's what you got to do. Slap all them teams, especially them three that I mentioned, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United. Then I'll be like, okay, cool. I hear what you're saying. But then we still got to keep this going. But if Arteta reverts to type, which he will, Jim Jones, Captain Black looking ass motherfucker, Lego head that he is, if he reverts back to that, yeah, it's going to be a long ass fucking rest of the season for all of us, but especially him. But the penny won't drop until it's too late, because he probably will change, but that will be more like April time. Do you know what I'm saying? And by that time, it will be too late. So we'll just have to see, guys. Let's see, guys.
Yeah, let's just quickly now, gents, just quickly. We've got Kyle in the building for the first time in a little while. Firstly, hope you and the family had a great Christmas. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve. It's an absolute pleasure for you to be on screen. Absolute pleasure to be able to hear my man again. Gianni. Kyle Walsh, you can say whatever the bloody hell you want. Start wherever you like, my brother. Always a pleasure, mate.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say big up to the whole audience, all legends.
Big up, man.
Yeah,
big
up.
up.
Secondly, I took a step back from this YouTube business because going through a few personal issues, but look, we're getting through it. And secondly, this club, I'm too passionate, and sometimes they kind of get to you. And yeah, man, I just had to take a step back for my family's sake, because this club, Aaron, you have to understand, bro, this club is serious with me. Like, you know what I mean? It gets me, it's like, you know, it's as important as my family. You know what I mean? And it's getting me into all kinds of arguments and stuff like that. So I just said, look, I want to take a step back. Let the Arsenal show me what they're made of. Let the Arteta show me what he's made of. And I just listen to all you guys all the time having a chit chat about what's going on. So I said, look, 2006, I have to make a comeback, and here I am here tonight.
do you know what?
No better talent to be on one of yours, Aaron. And like I say, big up to all the legends. I listen to you all the time. Gianni, I think you're very, very exceptional. I think your football knowledge is top class, brother. I just like to say that. But listen.
Agreed.
Appreciate that.
I'm going to say a couple of things, Aaron. I'm not going to stay long, probably 20, 25 minutes, bro. I want to get to the shop before the close, and I've had a long day of working and stuff like that.
Just quickly, Kyle, before you start, you know what? It's good to see you smiling, my brother.
And
then he talks about Arsenal. And things are looking good. So here we are. But brilliant.
Listen, this smile is going to go now very quick, because I have to say a few things. Now, listen, I'll tell you something, because I'm listening to a lot of commentary about the Arsenal, and I agree with some of it, I disagree with some of it. So here's what I'm saying.
I'm listening, Carl.
Back in the summertime, when we were all talking about Gyökeres and Sesko, these two football names were the two biggest strikers in world football back in the summertime. Oh, there were two legendary football players. And I was on your show, Aaron, the time when I did a really passionate, I think I cried and everything, the passionate speech I made. And I said on that speech, I said, football has gone that fucking bad that we as a football fan base are talking about Sesko and Gyökeres. And I said, straight on your show, I don't want fucking none of them at the club, because none of them are any good. And here we are with this Gyökeres fella, or I can't even pronounce his name. I call him Gyökeres, right?
Gyökeres.
No. I'm listening to the fan base say, we're not passing the ball. He's making the runs, but we're not passing the ball to him. Or we're not alert to his movement. Let me tell you something. He's not fucking good. He was at Sporting Lisbon in the Portuguese league, scoring all those goals, and everyone made him out to be the next fucking Maradona. He's not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. He never was, and he never will be. I said he'd be lucky to score 10 goals in this season. And here, where are we? Well, how many has he? 5?
5.
Yes,
5
5
goals. And this
yeah.
guy's our number 1 goal scorer, number 1 striker. 65 million. I'm telling you now, he's a failure, and he will be a failure. And I will be pro-Christ. Secondly, football is finished. Football is done.
Yep.
It's shocking. I hear Gianni talking about the Italian football. I'm listening to names like Nesta, like fucking Pirlo, all these great players. Where the fuck are these players in today's football? Nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nobody.
It's all robotic. You can predict what players are going to do. I know exactly what the players are going to do before they even do it. Now, if I can predict that sitting on my fucking sofa, what about the top man? What can they predict? Also, I think it's an embarrassment that we're only 4 points clear. We should be fucking walking this league title.
Facts.
Yeah.
We've got Odegaard.
Should be out of reach by now. Because the rest of the fucking teams are fucking useless.
Yep.
Man City are 4 points behind us and they haven't kicked the ball. They kicked the ball 2-3 games. That's it. It's embarrassing. Now I'm going to make another statement. If we do not win the league title this year, I don't want to hear any more excuses. This fucking fraud may go. Simple as.
Absolutely.
100%.
£1 billion in. This is embarrassing. We should be walking the league. The league should be over.
Facts.
And instead of that, what are we doing? Looking over our shoulder, listening about this blue shark. The blue shark is not good enough. So this is the year that the Arsenal wins the league. And if they don't, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, lads, listen, football is done. It's done out here. The football, I'm watching football 40. I'm 40 years supporting Arsenal Football Club. 40 fucking years. And this is the worst football I have ever seen. George Graham, people tell me George Graham's football was terrible. Let me tell you something. George Graham won league titles. George Graham won FA Cups. George Graham won European Cups. This is the worst fucking trash football I have ever seen. And Sky Sports and the pundits makes these players out to be something that they're fucking not.
Facts.
Two of them trophies.
Monday Night Football, talking through his fucking hole, getting paid a fortune. Let me tell you something by the way. When we're talking about Jamie Carragher, let me tell you something about Jamie Carragher. If he would have spat at my daughter the way he spat at that young girl in that car that day, I would have stopped on the freeway. I would have got out of the car and I would have kicked him up and down that fucking freeway. How the fuck does he think he is spitting at young girls? And he's still at Sky Sports, still making big fucking money. Another bollocks. Then I'm looking at fucking, what's his name? Dean Sturridge. And he dancing and singing. Mickey Richards talking through his hole. It's embarrassing. Football is embarrassing. Sky Sports is costing me €90 a month to look at that fucking trash on TV.
Pathetic,
yesterday, Match of the Day was on yesterday. 4 games yesterday. And the 4 games were fucking awful to watch.
I don't want a good advert, was it?
This is the Premier League segment. No, the point I'm trying to make is that the football is that bad. The teams are that bad. Why the fuck are we not 12, 13, 14 points clear? I don't understand it. Then I'm hearing about injuries. This fella's injured, that fella's injured. We're supposed to have the best squad in world football. We're spending over £1 billion. I tell you now, we better win this league title. We better. I'm after buying a 55-inch TV Christmas there. HD 4K Smart TV.
And play for Kyle's TV.
If we don't win the league title. And I said it to the woman already. We will be down a TV if we don't win the league title this year. Simple. I'm fucking sick of it. Aaron, I'm sorting out the game. I'm going over to your brother for a game. And let me tell you something, son.
Yes.
I'm going to say something to you now. When I'm there, there's going to be an atmosphere. And if anybody tells me to be quiet or to sit down or to shut me mouth or anything like that, I'm going to tell them, go fuck yourself. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Yep.
The same way as I went, the last game I was at, it was against Brighton. And we were getting bet 1-0 in the Emirates. And I'm screaming. And I'm hearing these 2 fellas with suits and ties on telling me to calm down. I said, what the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Get the fuck out of here. This is what I'm talking about. It's embarrassing. The fan base is embarrassing. AFTV, all these fucking clowns. Every time I turn on my phone, there's a clown on it talking about Arsenal. A fucking clown. I'm sick of it, Aaron. You have to come out. You have to say it as the fucking is.
Got one as a manager.
End of story.
Never kicked a ball in their life as well.
It's so good to have back on screen, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Man. It's so good to have him back.
Kyle,
don't
Kyle, have you seen that thing I sent you to? Nice to see you again. Have you seen that thing I sent you today about Pincus with his blonde hair on AFT? Yeah, he's dyed his hair blonde. He's dyed his hair blonde. It's a regular AFTV.
That's what I'm saying, Art. Like, AFTV is presenting our club. Like, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Look back at the history of our club, and now we have these fucking clowns making money on the back of our club. And they are Robbie Lloyd is a Luton Town supporter. A fucking idiot. I said to him straight up outside the Emirates Stadium one night about Mizu Ozil. I said, what are you talking about, Robbie? You're talking fucking shit. Ozil is not good enough. And we had this whole argument, and I said he's a disgrace to the club. He's after earning 150, 170 million pounds on wages with this club. And what the fuck has he achieved at this club? I said he's an embarrassment. When the shit hits the fan, Ozil's nowhere to be seen. Where was that interview? Nowhere to be fucking seen.
Of course, he'd never put that up.
Because it's all bullshit, Aaron. Because it's all false bullshit. And I'm fucking 40 years supporting this club, and Robbie Lloyd and those fucking clowns won't tell me how to support my club, let me tell you. Or fucking Ian Rice, or Martin Keown, or any of the fucking rest of the clowns who'll be on the TV talking through their fucking horn.
Ray Parlour.
I'm wedding with Ian Rice.
Yeah,
and Ian Rice fucking had a conversation with me about Arsenal. And let me tell you something. It was a different conversation he had with me than the shit that comes out on television, let me tell you. Money, Aaron. PR. Money. It's all bullshit. It's all fake news. It's making the club out to be something that it's not. The club better win a fucking title this year. Simple.
Tony Adams, Petit. Who was the other one? Tony Adams, Petit.
Lauren. You could add Lauren to that list as well.
Because they're not affiliated with the club, not involved with Sky and getting paid or commentating. Alan Smith, he's another one. He's a commentator. He talks bollocks.
He gave Saka player of the match.
They're legends of the club. They talk shit.
He's a motherfucking legend, man.
I was just there. The game we were watching there the other day. That fucking shite. What was the game? What was the last game?
Wolves.
Brighton.
Brighton. Yeah. I was looking at the game, and the next thing I see, George Graham and David O'Leary up in the stand. And I said to myself, I wonder what the two of them were thinking about this fucking shit that we're watching now.
Exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. It's about £1 billion. Aaron, the players are robotic, man. They're not allowed to play. There's no freedom of express anymore. I remember playing football back in the day, and I ain't no fucking Odegaard. But let me tell you something. We were allowed to play football. We weren't afraid. The players these days are afraid.
They're pussies.
Saka. What's going on with Saka?
Finished.
Absolutely finished. A lot of them.
He will never. He might still be a good player. He'll never be world class.
They'll
never be world class. Not again.
They're
all too busy looking up at the screen in the corner to see if they're on the fucking screen.
Exactly.
Fucking absolute
and it drives
honesty.
me insane. It drives me insane. All these hair flicking. Look at how gorgeous looking I am for Instagram and shit. Load of bollocks. Win me the Premier League. I don't want to see your fucking hairstyle. Win the league title. And we had 22 fucking years for it.
Kyle, don't forget,
just
because everyone is talking. I've been seeing online about Calafiori's Italian looks, and everyone's online, the media, they're talking about Calafiori's because he looks like, I don't know, they love him and they fancy him. And all the time they just talk about his looks. And I know
you didn't even get this 10 years ago, Kwaja. You didn't even get that 10 years ago, let alone 20 years ago or 30 years ago. And
it's
probably
now
it's just mad. It's all
you don't get this now unless it's in England.
You're talking about California, Italian looks and all this kind of crap. Let me tell you something. Gianni will agree with me here. Nesta was a good-looking fella. Paolo Maldini was a good-looking fella. Del Piero was a good-looking fella. I'm with a woman, like I'm not gay. I'm just saying it straight up. These lads are all good-looking fellas.
They
But
could
they were
play
all
too.
top fucking football players. The one fucking trophy. What the fuck is our clown winning? Nothing. I'm fucking sick of it. The best looking Spaniard with Arteta. Win the elite title. Shut the fuck up about being good looking.
It's embarrassing, man.
Oh, mate. Yeah. What? One of them. Go on, Lawrence. Go on.
And according to Christian on AFTV, we're the best team in the world and we've got the best manager in the world, yet we struggle to beat a team that's got less points than a fucking triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? It's
rectangles higher than them in the league.
Just quickly, I've got to say this because we were talking about Saka very, very, very recently, and I just wanted to say big up to Suge. He's saying, sorry, Adam, just making a point. And the questions to the community, and I know there's back and forth in the chat as well, is Saka played to the quality of a proper player or below average shit this season? Bruv, mate, he's been terrible. I think, was it Kyle or someone who just literally said it a second ago, which is why I wanted to bring it up now. I think there was a time where, adding that injury and also adding Mikel Arteta getting his claws into him, there was a time when Bukayo Saka could have been world class. I think adding to the Mikel Arteta factor and adding into this injury, I'm happy to say this now. I think he will be a good player. I think he could be a very good player. I think he could have a very good career over the years, but I don't think he'll ever be world class now. I think that time has sort of gone.
Aaron,
I'm
brother,
sorry, I just don't see it.
Aaron, brother, let me tell you, Saka's a good player. That's all he'll ever be. We've seen world class. You see, world class has been thrown out too many times. We saw world class. I saw Robert Perez going down the wing for Arsenal. I saw David fucking Rocastle. I saw Freddie Lundberg, Ray Parra. I saw these players.
Alexis Sanchez.
And Saka
a generation of fan base
to any of those players that I've just mentioned.
Yeah, we have a generation of fan base now that believes Bukayo Saka, even right here, right now, Fatboy Slim settings, is better than Freddie Lundberg. I'm not buying that.
No way.
Chance in fucking hell.
No way.
Freddie Lundberg is levels above Saka. I don't care.
Don't forget.
Freddie Lundberg in that run in the 2002 season, he was scoring in pretty much every match, even all the way to the build-up of the Old Trafford game, obviously where Fabian Barthez parries his save, and you get the wheel tour moment, and again you get Canu hopping over him like he's nothing. You've had moments like that where Lundberg wins tight games at Bolton's and goes on them scoring runs that nicks you points. He was a major factor in Arsenal, especially in the latter stages of that 02 season when it matters. Lundberg turned up to help us with that title. What about in 2002, sealing the FA Cup, scoring in the final? He scored the second goal. Freddie Lundberg's moments for Arsenal Football Club have led to massive titles and massive moments in Arsenal Football Club's history. Absolutely. As it stands, Bukayo Saka, over 5 years, albeit he's been good, albeit when you factor in he was young and coming through and he's been Arsenal's best player, he has led, and his form, especially now, has led to fucking nothing for Arsenal Football Club.
Exactly.
Had the most Salah season, a Mahrez season, a Mane season, a Salah season. Until he does that, scores 20-plus goals in a contributing factor, he scores the winner with a world-class cut-in, not goal 4 or 5. He frequently scores winners. The assist is the reason why we win against Nottingham Forest in the last minute. That cutting in and then whipping one in the corner to beat Manchester United or Man City at the Etihad, like Perez did at Anfield. They're the moments that you need to be able to be considered world-class for my Arsenal team. And Bukayo Saka has not done that. It's not just he hasn't done that. He hasn't done anywhere near that level of what we've seen in that team. It's
Aaron, obviously this fan base has never heard of George Armstrong, Brian Marwood, or Anders Limpar.
Exactly.
Who Bukayo Saka is not fit to lick their arses.
Exactly.
I mean, I was around before. Anders Limpar, what a fucking player!
What a football player! Brilliant.
Yeah. Georgie Armstrong. It was.
I had a fan the other day, one of these so-called fans now that I get in trouble with all the time. I had a fan approach me the other day. You know what he asked me? You know what the question that he asked me? You know what the fucking question was? The question was, do you think Martinelli is a better football player than Robert Perez because I do. This came from an Arsenal fucking supporter.
Kyle,
And I looked at him in the eye and I said to him, I'm going to be honest with you, I
victim.
know you a long time, but I ain't answering the question because I said I'll take your fucking head off your two shoulders.
Carl, you know
And I
me,
just
bro.
walked
I've
away.
never watched Perez
You know,
in my
it's
life, bro.
even got to the point now, guys.
The man is in his state.
Bukayo Saka's not even better than Nico Pepe, bro.
No.
And he left, what, a few years ago? We were all hounding it. Well, not me personally, but most of the fan base were hounding Nicolas Pepe out. He was keeping this manager afloat. He had a blinder in the FA Cup final. People forget that. If he wasn't offside by a yard or whatever, by a foot,
we win 3-1.
He scored one of the best FA Cup goals in modern times, for damn sure. But yet they still rate Saka above him. Let's be real. Is he that much better than Gervinho? We slaughtered Gervinho. Is he that much? Let's keep it all the way James Brown. Ain't it funky in this bitch right here, right now, yeah? Is Bukayo Saka technically, as a footballer, better than Gervinho? Because, to be honest, I'm struggling. I don't think he is, personally, especially on the wing.
He's got better end product, I think, because Gervinho done everything else before quite well.
Can I ask you this question?
Yeah, do you want
me
me
to
to
ask you this question?
Saka wouldn't be in the top 10 wingers in Arsenal's history. Wouldn't be in the top 10.
Overrated. He's overrated. And let me just say something like to all these people that think that overrated means you're saying someone's shit, which it doesn't. I'll give you a little bit of education now. When you say you think someone's overrated, it means that you think that they're rated higher than they should be. Saka's a good player, but he's nowhere near world class. He's not even close. He'll have 4 or 5 stinkers, and then he'll score a good goal in the next game, and then you get all that. Where are all you Saka haters now? You know, like they do. Absolute fucking mongs, a lot of them. All fucking mongs.
No, fact.
They need to get with reality.
Do you know what? With the Martinelli thing, and comparing him to Pires, which, by the way, makes me almost physically sick to my stomach. That is even a real question. I'm looking back at the period of Robert Pires, and I'm sitting there thinking, I don't even think Martinelli's better than Jermaine Pennant.
No,
who was at Arsenal, let alone Robert Pires, for crying out loud.
He's not better than Theo Walcott.
Doing?
I don't care what anyone says.
I'll tell you what. Saying that Martinelli's better than Pires is like saying that Garnacho was better than Ryan Giggs.
It's like saying I'm better than fucking Diego Maradona. That's what it's like saying.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, mate.
Like say, don't forget.
Where are you getting all these people from in your chat, Aaron? Why are you attracting them, brother?
I don't know
Aaron,
today.
I don't know
today.
Forget. Aaron, don't forget.
I don't know, mate.
Aaron, don't forget.
I don't know. There's a lot of them in there today, isn't there? Go on, what are you going to say?
Aaron, don't forget. Some of our fans think that Saka's better than prime Gareth Bale, that he's better than prime Cristiano Ronaldo, that he's better than Lionel Messi and all this stuff.
Put the numbers up, the side by side, didn't it? But what they failed to do was put the number of trophies that Ronaldo and Bale had won.
Yeah, but it's not even that. Sorry to cut you off, Quadra. It's not even that. Did these motherfuckers see Leo Messi around the age of 20, give or take? Cristiano Ronaldo even. And for me, 21-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, between I'd say probably 19 to 21, 22, in my personal opinion, that's the best Cristiano we've ever seen. He's not got better than that. I'm not saying he's got that much worse. Still a great player, of course. You know, the goals, end product, and all of that. But Bukayo Saka's nowhere near that level. Even at that age, nowhere near. Nowhere near. You look at, what's his face? Gianni, you'll know him. Big time. Karamanese. I remember when I used to watch Juventus here and there.
You're going a little crazy with that one. He wasn't that good.
Gianni.
But do you think like Bukayo Saka's better than him? Or even that much better than him? Because I don't.
See, the thing with Saka with me is this. I think Saka's a very good player. My problem is that I think Saka's, again, another player that's getting worn down by the coach. Because, again, I always go back to this. When we played, the 22-23 season, when Saka and Martinelli were starting on the edge of the box rather than being touchline wingers, and Trossard was the false 9, they were able to run into the middle with more freedom. And that's why Martinelli and Saka were scoring goals for fun, especially when Trossard first came before he fucked off the team and rushed Jesus back. So for me, Saka, for me, I think is a much better player than what he's showing right now. This, again, goes back to the system. If you have a player, again, this is why I say that Arteta's trying to do something that's never been done. He wants to play a number 10 with a false 9. Doesn't make any fucking sense because the false 9 was supposed to take away from the original number 10. So if you're gonna have Odegaard with some more freedom, let Trossard, Saka, or Martinelli, or whoever's playing on the wings, pinch in more centrally so you're getting more goal scoring opportunities. If you're going to allow them to play with more freedom, if you're not, you can keep trying to do it, but that's what's taking away from Saka's capability. Saka's scoring 10 plus goals easily if he's playing more centrally. I think he is. Even Napster, we talked about it. If he was to change and make it a 4-4-2 and Saka played as more of a secondary striker, Saka's scoring a lot more goals.
Because 100%. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. Don't get it.
I'm not either.
No. He's a bad player. I think he's a very good player. I like the guy because he's not like the Havertz's or the Odegaards where they've got that slick narcissism. Do you know what I'm saying? Saka has his moments here and there. He's a bit greedy and all of that because of the goal bonus, but he is a very good player. My issue with Bukayo Saka, yes, the mismanagement, overplaying and all of that, wrong position. Because for me, he's not a right winger. He's not even the Freddie Ljungbergs, like even the Theo Walcott that we had that were out on the right doing their thing, whatever you think of them. Do you know what I'm saying? For me, he's a more central player. And when he cuts in and he's strong, yes, he's not as quick now, but he's strong. He can have a half a yard and slap it. We know he can do it, but he's rushing, he's dragging, he's doing all of that shit, overthinking it because he wants to get them goals so bad because he knows deep down he's not performing. But this manager's like hanging these players out to dry, including Bukayo Saka. Yes, the Odegaards ain't all that. The Havertz is dog shit. Like the Jesus ain't it. Hasn't been it for a number of years now. But I agree to a certain extent, Johnny. Like,
when did Freddie Ljungberg or Robert Pires ever get thrown in a wingback position like Saka has? That's part. That's a part of the deterioration of Saka. When you look at the old style of play, midfielders did the dirty work in defense, and if you could go up and aid the front three or however formation you played, that was how it was done. You don't see Robert Pires and Freddie Ljungberg never came back to play a wingback position. Hell, when Arsene Wenger was throwing Lucas Podolski at the left mid, he wasn't throwing him back to left to come and play left wingback when we got Podolski. So again, that comes down to the managers, the positioning of the players, which again also goes back to the problems that he hasn't rotated. The rotation and the misuse of the players of constant defense first and not allowing any type of freedom is what's really killing the team at the end of the day.
Gianni, it comes down to fucking football, the way football is played today.
Carl then Lawrence,
absolutely.
Robotic. Back in the day, Perez and Ljungberg and all these lads were always David Ginola. All these players were able to go forward, express themselves, score wonderful goals, beautiful passes. It's not like that anymore. Saka and all these lads are all robotic. They're told to go forward, turn around, pass the ball back, pass the ball sideways, defend. And the football has just gone backwards so much, it's not even funny. Gianni, quick one for you, brother. Then I'm going to hop off. The greatest player that I ever saw, brother, in my lifetime as a football fan was Diego Maradona playing for Napoli, brother. Different kettle of fish. But I just wanted to say a big up to you all. And I'd like to start. I'm going to jump up, brother. I want to get to the shop before it closes. And I will jump on again. You will see my face again. And I will be back with a bang. Arsenal, you better win me a league title. Or there's an 850 euros for TV out for the fucking win. And between us, if the woman opens her mouth that day, she'll be going out to the window after the TV.
Wait, Carl, if you fucked off with it.
Oh, what a geezer, man. Carl, big up, man.
I love it.
Do you know what, Kyle? I don't know if he's still there. No, he's still there. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to see him back on the screen, man. Absolute pleasure. I think everyone, definitely on the panel and in the chat, if you're one of our sort of Arsenal fans, I mean, everyone loves a bit of Kyle. What a man! And I'll tell you what, you don't get more passionate than that. Do you know what I mean? You don't get more passionate than that. When you've got a fund just for broken TVs throughout the year, that proves that you're a passionate fan. Big up the car, man. He gets to the shop on time. Whatever he's buying, hope you enjoy it, my friend. What I was going to say as well is something that Suge said, and I know you wanted to come in with something as well, Lawrence. I'm just going to say my little bit on this. Let you going because I need to put the kids to bed, so I'll only be 2 seconds. But Suge, you're absolutely right for a start. Perez is better than anyone that we've seen in the last 5 years. And anyone who says any different is missing something. Do you know what, bruv, as well? Let me add to that. And I wanted to say it a little bit earlier. Robert Perez, at least in the 2002, or in 2002 and in 2003, minus the injury, was probably the best left winger in the world. Or left midfielder in the world. He was probably at one stage the best and definitely in the top 3 for me in them years. I mean, Ryan Giggs was obviously in his sort of like peaks there. Do you know what I mean, in the Premier League? But I reckon for 02, 03, he was borderline unplayable. I know Gianni's having a little think with that vast knowledge. I think at one stage he was the best left winger or left mid, whatever you want to call him, and definitely within the top 3 in them 2 years, 100%. But big up Suge. I'm sure Gianni's going to be coming in having a good old think with that vast knowledge, as probably is everyone. I'm going to leave the stage for the minute for Lawrence because I'm going to go put the kids to bed. So give me 2 seconds, guys.
Go ahead, Lawrence.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to mention, I don't know if you remember in the Brighton game near the end where we were clinging on to the 2-1 victory. There was a chance where Bukayo Saka was put through one-on-one with the keeper. And the old Bukayo Saka would have put that away. And he hesitated and the defender
Lewis Dunk
blocked the shot. I just think he's lost his pace. Literally.
Yeah, Lewis Dunk called him up, didn't he? Lewis Dunk.
Yeah.
Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, and I've noticed that a lot in recent games. He's lost his pace.
Yeah, he took a touch too many as well.
Yeah. Saka he took a touch too many.
He took the last touch he took. He didn't need to.
Saka wasn't the player that he was when he first broke into the first team, when Unai Emery recruited him. And the thing with what Unai Emery did, he put Saka as a left back at one point, and that position favored him. But ever since Arteta has been manager, he has namely put Saka on the right wing, and that hasn't even, like, Saka at right wing has not been effective at times. So Saka's main position is a left back for some reason. So I just don't know why the manager Arteta just continues to persist him at right wing, and every time when somebody gives him the ball, he can't even run forward or cross the ball. He always waits for a few seconds, and then he has to pass it back to Odegaard or maybe Timber at one point. So Saka's not the same player that he was when he first broke into the first team.
He was lethal. Well, him and Emil Smith Rowe, when they were on that left side, they were lethal when they played for us.
So Macy, do you know why he's doing that? Do you know? I've got a theory. Just bear with me, guys.
Yeah,
I know why he's doing this, and I'll tell you why. You remember how Gareth Bale started, left back, Southampton. Talk of the whole of Britain. Yeah, it's going to be the biggest, obviously, best thing in Wales since Ryan Giggs and all that. Cool. Then he went to Tottenham, right? Where was he playing? Left back. And then a few years later, moved to left mid. Then a few years after that, moved to right mid, right wing. Do you know what I'm saying? And then that final season before he was at Real Madrid, he was playing
wing back,
centre forward, and he was getting all them goals. That's where Bukayo Saka needs to be now, centre forward. He doesn't have the pace anymore, as we all know. We know he's still strong. He protects the ball better than damn near anyone in the world right now, and has been for the longest. That's one attribute I've always rated. I would go as far as say that's his probably only world-class attribute. When it comes to protecting the ball, there's not many better. Do you know what I'm saying? The problem is he doesn't have that quick burst of pace, and he doesn't glide like he used to. Do you know what I'm saying? He can still slap it here and there, but he's a bit inconsistent. But I want to see him, like what Gianni said earlier, because we've had that conversation, 4-4-2 or like a 4-4-1-1, something like that, playing sort of like just behind the striker. Because bearing in mind, when he came to the academy, he was a number 10. So we know he has them attributes and qualities. I've never doubted that he's got absolutely no skill, no tech. That's not what I'm saying. But as a touchline winger, a bit different to Martinelli, but different style of players. Touchline winger, it doesn't work either way. This guy is hoping that Bukayo Saka's our Gareth Bale, innit? And it's already failed, didn't it? If he moves into centre forward, maybe. Whether it's even if he plays that donkey Havertz and Jesus up front with him, even if it's them two and not.
What did you just say?
It will make a difference.
Donkey Havertz. What did you just say?
I couldn't resist. Sorry, guys.
The German James Charles.
Am I wrong? And anyone have a viewpoint on that? Am I wrong?
I just feel like with Saka is right. It's time for us to drop Saka at some point because the way we keep, because Aaron, don't be surprised if Saka gets another hamstring tear. Because if he gets another hamstring tear this season, then it's over for him. He's finished.
Yeah,
I mean, if you want to, I feel like with Saka is right. Obviously, sorry Anne for the Wi-Fi. I don't know what's happening.
Nah, you good, mate. It is what it is, isn't it?
But the problem with Saka, the problem with this manager is right. He just doesn't want to bench him. It's because the set pieces. There's no one better than Saka on the right corner. I mean, people are going to say, "Oh, but if Saka did not whip the corner against Wolves, the own goal wouldn't happen." And the set pieces are so important to him. Well, why do you not give Madueke a chance at set piece? But it's just the fact.
I'm surprised he beat the first man for that anyway. Because normally a lot of these time his crosses are hit the first man from corners.
Can't even cross the ball to Gyökeres, bruv.
Sometimes when Saka crosses the ball, they're absolutely abysmal. So, well, not all the time, but. Just watch the next game, right? Just watch his crosses.
His corners, because they're obviously, there's no pressure. His corners ain't too bad. But yeah, actually, it's because they're, I say the corner, and I don't know why we struggled them for so many years. Just taking that corner or a set piece like that, whipping the ball in, is probably the easiest thing to do in the game. And I'll explain why. You're under absolutely no pressure, and you're putting it into a zone. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Waiting for the attackers to attack it. You're not picking someone out unless you're pinging it to the edge of the box where someone's waiting to volley it.
You're not pinging the ball across the pitch on a sixpence, are you? Do you know what I mean? You are whipping it into an area from reasonably close.
When they used to do it at United, when they used to ping it to Scholes on the edge of the box, he'd run on and volley.
Oh yeah, Beckham and Scholes. Yeah,
Beckham to Scholes. Yeah, it's nice. Corners are mainly into an area for the attackers to attack the ball. That's all it is.
Do you know what frustrates me, guys? Is like we've been crying out for these players to have freedom and all of that. But this is why I never wanted Odegaard as club captain. That was another big decision that Lego Head has fucked up. It's just like we're at a point now where if these players, whenever they get on the pitch, so it will be Bournemouth on a Saturday afternoon, why don't they just turn up and be like, fuck what the manager thinks? Because this is what the Tony Adams, the Sol Campbell era. And this was Arsene Wenger. This weren't no mug. Why don't these players turn around and be like, fuck what Arteta thinks, yeah? We're going to play how we want to play. Is he going to sub all of us off? No. Go out when we have the ball. When we don't have the ball, be compact, same structure and all of that. Fair enough. But when we have that fucking ball, ruthless. I don't care if that manager's jumping up and down like a fucking pansy and all of that shit, yeah? Go out there and not just do the business, but annihilate. I want to see 3-4 fucking nil against Bournemouth because we know he's going to start his strongest side, and to a certain degree, kind of has to anyway. Why can't we get them performances? Have a 90-minute performance, especially away from home, against a team that we've notoriously struggled in the last few years. Go make a statement. Even if it's a 2-0, 90-minute solid performance, that we know they're going to park the bus a bit. I know it's not usually Iraola's style, but he will sit a bit deeper. Don't get it twisted. Bournemouth will sit a bit deeper because it's us. Do you know what I'm saying? He won't do it for other teams, but when it comes to us, he will. I want to see them fucking performances. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we need. Yeah. None of this bullshit with the U-shaped football. Do you know what I'm saying? Time in, time out. And even the home fans booing, this is the last point I'll make, booing at half time against Aston Villa, yeah, because it's, Unai, whatever, yeah? Like, we need that every single fucking time, whether it's the home fans, whether it's the away fans. We need to boo when the performances ain't fucking good enough. Even if we're 1-0 up and it's been stinky as a motherfucker, we need accountability in this football club. The fans need to make this team accountable, this manager accountable. Yeah,
and they're going to say that you're overreacting. They're saying that you're overreacting. You're fake fans.
Well, how else are you going to win a quadruple? Because without accountability, we ain't winning shit.
Back Arteta, he got to give him time because this is 6th year. Give him time. If he wins the league, you got to say you're sorry and
he's already fouled.
He's
already fouled.
He better win the fucking league.
Say about the fans, taking a bit of control on it and demanding more, etc., etc. Pardon me. There's a lot of fans in this chat. I don't know why. But thank you. Look, for your watch. That's always greatly appreciated. Well done, boosting that algorithm. Thank you very much. But what you got to
hit the likes and subscribe.
And a lot of you talking shit, you're talking crap, you're this and all of that. Listen, this is just how we how we sort of talk. You know what I mean? It's how we think. It's all genuine. It's 100% true. If you don't like it, I suggest probably going over.
Fuck off. Welcome back to the show with me, Diabetes Bavs, back for another one. Boom, boom. Hope you all had a great New Year so far. We're only 2 days in. Now less talking and more eating. Mummy got me Mackie D's. Oh, yum, yum, bye-bye.
Babs, this is it. If you prefer that kind of talk, you can go and follow people like that. No one's got a gun to your head, man.
5 reasons why I got fat.
5 reasons.
Where's the respirator, guys? It's mad, bro. It's mad. Like.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is this the same Nelson in the chat that Aaron on your OG show tried telling us that Rodgers is better than Trossard?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just, look, I look, to be fair, Nelson comes in. I don't think I've ever seen him, and then people might correct me. I don't think I've ever seen him be rude or anything like that. I don't think anyway. I may not forget, but I don't know. I don't know where I stand with you, old Nelson. Do you know what I mean? I get that there's differences in opinions, but how can our opinions be that bloody different? That's what I just don't understand, mate. But look, I mean, horses for courses. I mean, I suppose fair dues. It is what it is. I just don't agree with everything you say, and evidently it's copy and paste the other way around. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. I've not seen you write stuff like a lot of this chat. I don't know. The chat's gone a bit mad today, but a lot of them say, "Oh, you're talking shit." Okay, disprove one of our facts that we've been saying. Just debate it. Just debunk anything that we've been saying. And do you know what? These guys go quite quiet. As soon as you start saying, "Okay, cool, why don't you come on the show?" It's a call-in show. I'll send the link out again. Come in the show, have a little chat about it, disprove us, and don't be rude with it. That's why the link's always in the chat, so you can come on and have your say. If you don't agree, debate, and if you don't want to debate, maybe less of that. And do you know what? If you do want to do that and don't like putting your mug on the screen, that's also fine. But write properly. Do you know what I mean? Don't come in. Oh, you're talking shit. Okay, cool. Well, why am I talking shit? Why is Natsa talking shit? Why is Lawrence talking shit? Why is Quadra talking shit? Why is Macy Jamboy and Gianni talking shit? Just write in the chat why we're talking shit. And I guarantee you'll have nothing else to say other than, "Oh, you lot are a disgrace, oh, rubble. You're a disgrace and not fit to wear badge." All right, tell me why.
My life on it, he subscribes to AFTV.
And I know I'm not saying specifically about you there, just saying. But here's Creighton. Listen, we've got one game coming up, rather. Let me get back on track. We've got one game coming up, and that's, of course, tomorrow, and I believe it's at 5:30. That is the Bournemouth game. Boys, What are we saying? Is this going to be a comfortable win? Anyone jumping first? I don't mind. There's no system. Is this going to be a comfortable win? Are we going to make it into an absolute fiasco? Are we going to fall over the line? We're going to drop points. Gianni, you're talking.
You can't do what we did in the second half.
Gianni Lawrence.
You can't do what we did against Aston Villa in the second half, and then go and make it look tough against Bournemouth. Bournemouth is shit. And in all honesty, full disclosure, who gives a rat's ass if Semenyo is there? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares if Semenyo is on Bournemouth? Nobody. We should be going and smacking up Bournemouth at least 3-0. And if it's not 3-0, we should be winning by 3 goals, whether it's 4-1, 5-2, whatever. We should be destroying Bournemouth. If we go in there and make this look difficult, again, whether anybody likes it or not, it's going to start putting more doubt in everybody's mind of how this season's going to go. We should be destroying Bournemouth. No questions asked.
Yeah. I hate to be a doom and gloom merchant, but I think it's going to be another Everton performance. I just don't think we can keep the standards up of the second half against Villa tomorrow. I think it'll be another, scrappy goal. And we'll just once we go 1-0 in front, we'll just sit back and soak the pressure up like we did up at Everton.
Yeah. Nah, facts, man. What are you saying, Mace? Talk to me, Mad Mace.
I mean, the thing is, Aaron, I am confident we can beat Bournemouth, but my worrying thing is that Ariola's got a good record against Arteta, and I'm still a bit worried by the fact that Declan Rice. We don't know if he's available for that game tomorrow.
He's not. He's not. They just said it about an hour ago. He's not available.
Oh shit! So that means we're gonna.
Is that what Declan Rice? Did you say? Yeah, Declan Rice. Or is officially
that
not
means
available?
We're gonna have to be stuck with Zubimendi, Odegaard, and Moreno in midfield. That's the worrying bit, because Moreno in midfield is the most worrying thing for me, because every time he's in midfield, that is what I'm most worried about, because if Bournemouth are able to identify the weakness in our team, then they could use that to create some problems for us. Because Moreno, even though he is good at playing as a false striker, in midfield he is absolutely abysmal, because he always loses the ball too quickly, and he always makes so many rash decisions. Just like in the Villa game when he took down Morgan Rogers, he should have been sent off in that game. And if he does the same stupid kind of thing against tomorrow, then he could be out of the door, and we could struggle against Bournemouth, because Bournemouth, no disrespect to them, I mean they are on a bit of a winless run. I think they are now 11 games without a win since beating Nottingham Forest in October. I think we can beat Bournemouth, but I'm worried that if we have this midfield of Odegaard, Zubimendi, and Moreno, then Bournemouth can absolutely use this kind of thing to their advantage and create some problems on us. So I might go for another 1-0 win for us. We might stink it out again, the same way we stinked out against Everton.
Yeah. Now, facts. I'm going to come to Jambo in 2 seconds, but big up to J to the G to the motherfucking what? To the J to the C to the motherfucking G. I'll get it. Absolutely right. Take 2. What are we doing here? I fucking ruined it. What a disgrace. Let's start again. Fuck off, Aaron.
Rewind.
J to the C to the motherfucking G. How are you doing? Big up, my friend. That's it. We can all do take 2s. Come off it, man. We'll just edit that out, the main one. Big up to Aaron and the panel, man. Big up to you, my friend. And I hope that you've had an excellent Christmas with your family. And I hope 2026 is a great one for you in store. It's hopefully as 2025 was, my friend. And you've got a question to the panel. And I'll ask you straight to Jam. Boy. Who will Arteta pick tomorrow? Jesus, Havertz, or Gyökeres?
Who fucking knows? You
I
just don't know.
I just think Arteta will start Gyökeres tomorrow, and then once
he'll sub him off.
Well, then he'll sub him off, because Arteta doesn't rate Gyökeres. Because remember, he never wanted Gyökeres in the first place. He wanted Sesko, but Berta won the battle. He got Gyökeres, so he has to persist with Gyökeres. But the problem is, our manager doesn't want Gyökeres, and he doesn't want to start him. So if at some point Kai Havertz does start this game, then I'm sorry, we might as well not win tomorrow, because if Kai Havertz does start that game tomorrow, then I'm sorry, there's no chance of us beating Bournemouth with the German James Charles up front.
Yeah, yes, it's a frustrating one. What you saying, G? I see you was about to say something there, bro.
No, I was letting Jen.
All right, yeah. We'll nip down to Lawrence. What do you reckon? Who's he going to play tomorrow? And we'll go to COYG.
I don't know. I mean, knowing him, he'll start Havertz. You know, I wouldn't put it past him. You know, because it's his love child, isn't he?
That's the worrying of the three, isn't it? That's the most worrying of the three.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, sorry. So I thought you finished, Lawrence. Go on, Lawrence, and we'll go.
Yeah, sorry. I was just saying.
Sorry, bro.
Normal sense, you know, you'd start off with Gyökeres, because I don't think Jesus is fully 100% fit. But as I said, this clown of a manager, as I said, I wouldn't put it past him to start Havertz off, or possibly, you know, start Jesus. You know, he's that type of person. You know, he's just full of himself.
Curveball. Marino's going to be starting up front.
Oh, he's giving a fourth to JCG's question. Is there Marino up top?
No, I think Gyökeres will start.
You think Gyökeres, do you?
I think Gyökeres will. I think he will, yeah.
What you saying, COYG?
Oh, sorry, Aaron. I think that he will start Gyökeres, and at some point he will sub him off. I don't know, maybe in the 60th minute, because that's what this manager does. He just never gives him that confidence. I mean, he just has to be subbed off. I mean, do you remember when he got subbed off against Aston Villa? Gabby Jesus came off the bench, replaced him within the first touch, scored, and Gyökeres will be like saying, how am I getting subbed every single time? I should be on that pitch giving the freedom that I want to have. But you know that this manager's a control freak, and you know what he's going to do. Don't be surprised if either Jesus start, because I see this manager thinking, you know what, maybe Gyökeres needs to be benched. He's going to bench him. He's going to start Gabby Jesus. But for me, I don't think he's going to be that stupid. I think he's going to start Gyökeres. I just feel as though the fact that, you know, maybe we might scam an own goal at the start of the game and a lucky penalty. And then after that, he gets subbed off. Owen Goles, set piece, maybe. I don't know, maybe Gyökeres can tap it in. So that's what's going to happen.
That one was my one, old set piece. We and Shane were on the phone and we were saying about Owen Goles.
January signing, Angel deflection.
Yeah, we love a bit of them. They're hilarious, man. Do you know what I mean? It's what it is, though. I mean, what can you do? Natstar, what you saying? I don't think we've asked you that there. Who do you reckon's up top?
I reckon he'll go back to type what we've been seeing him doing for the past 5-10 games or so. He'll start Gyökeres, but he'll take him off. I reckon it will be more the 70th minute, and he'll probably go with Jesus. But don't be surprised if he takes Gyökeres off for Havertz. But then again, I think he'll probably wait till the Liverpool game to bring on Havertz. I have a feeling. I got a feeling, guys. Do you know what I'm saying?
I got a feeling.
You know what I'm saying? But what I reckon will happen is 70th minute, around the 70th minute, we'll take Gyökeres off and we'll probably bring on Jesus in it, you know, just to a bit more, you know, control in the final thirds and all of that, you know, playing that. Because the thing is with Arteta, with that 4-3-3, you know, Johnny mentioned before, you know, if you're playing the false 9, but you've also got a number 10, it's invalid. It's pointless. Do you know what I'm saying? But the reason why Arteta's doing it is because he wants 2 number 10s, which doesn't make sense.
Eze and Odegaard.
But that's exactly what he wants. He wants Odegaard and ultimately Havertz, but in the meantime, Jesus, because he's not fully fit, but he's kind of back. You know what I'm saying? And I reckon when it comes to the game as a whole, Yeah, it will be a tough game. You know, Bournemouth away, we don't do well there in recent times. We lost there last season, 2-0, what was it? Saliba got sent off in that. I don't think that will happen again, but what I do see is us conceding again. But I think we'll nick a couple of goals. Like there'll be either a penalty, Angel deflection, or another Wiley own goal, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what that leads me nicely, Napster? Yeah, I was just gonna say because we are gonna wrap up. But quick fire score predictions. Napster has gone for 2-1 to the good, 2-1 to the Arsenal. Lawrence,
yeah, 2-1 to the Arsenal. Yeah. I think we'll just about do it. Barely, but we'll do it. Yeah,
so it's going to be another 1-0 like Everton.
Yeah, another cheeky little 1-0. I mean, I'll take both of them so far. Quasha, talk to me. What's the score?
I've gone 3-1 Arsenal.
Ah, nice. Same as Babs in the chat. Babs the Ripper, not the knobhead.
I just
Babs,
feel
Babs
as
the
though
proper. Babs the proper.
Yeah,
I just feel like we might scam. I don't know. Maybe might get an own goal and a lucky set piece, and then after that, maybe another own goal. That could happen. I mean, the own goals are going to come at some point, and we just got to take it because the Top Gunners are going to go, "Oh, but it's a lucky goal. We got to move on." And so I've gone for a 3-1 win. In my head is 3-1.
Nice. We got Sully Dazza has gone for a nice 2-0 win. That's copy and pasted for me as well. Hendo's gone for a cheeky 1-1. You can see it. You could see it happening. You've got Suj has gone for a 3-0 win. I hope you're right, Suj. Yep. SE, big up to you, brother. It's gone the same as Hendo. Dan's gone the same for 1-1 as well all day. Gianni, what are you saying?
4-1.
Oh, you're going for a nice comfy.
Bournemouth. This isn't Bournemouth. This isn't Bournemouth with Zabarni and all the guys that they had last year, where they were a decent team. They're a ran down fucking team than what they were last year. But I want to pose a question. I want to pose a question to you guys. If I was to say to change it up to let some guys get some opportunity in here, what would you say if we played a 4-2-3-1? We had Zubamendi and Odegaard as the two guys holding, since we're seeing Odegaard giving out these passes from deep. You throw Eze in at the number 10, Saka on the right, Gabby Jesus on the left, and Trossard as the striker.
Well, so they can interchange. You'd probably naturally see Trossard and Jesus doing that, wouldn't you, throughout the game? You'd obviously have a number 10. I'd like lineup.
I wouldn't mind the change up
because the three will be much more central with Eze, Trossard, and Jesus, and hopefully that could bring Saka closer in as well, to where you're interchanging with those four guys. But the other thing for me is this. I've been a defender of Gyökeres, and I still stand by that the system is not helping. But there have been opportunities that he has gone where it has been on him. And I think maybe we do need to drop him just to see if it's the kick up the ass that he needs to get going. Like I said, for me, I don't give a rat's ass if it's the second team. With how bad they're playing, we should be smoking Bournemouth. This game should not even be a worry right now. This game, like I said, out of all the games that we have, I think we should be smoking this worse than any other team. It is what it is. But I just wanted to post that question to you guys for that, because I'd like to see a little bit of a change up right now just to push forward, because I'm worried that we had a good second half against Villa, but then same thing like what happened with Atletico Madrid. We had a great second half. Actually, it wasn't even a great second half, a great 25 minutes. And then we played like shit the next game. And I don't want to see that. I don't want us going from what we were the second half in Villa to go on to struggling to be a shit Bournemouth side, because Bournemouth is shit. Let's all keep it a buck. Firmino might have carried them this far. If he really is going to City, they may as well be going down. They may as well be getting relegated this season, because I don't see how that team stays up.
Gianni, would you not like bench Gabriel and bench Timber, put Ben White at right back, or moving Capi?
Ben White's not healthy, brother. Nobody who is hurt should be playing. Nobody who is hurt should be playing. I'm sorry.
Why did he play against Aston Villa then? He came on the bench against Aston Villa.
I get it, but you know what the unfortunate thing is Arsenal makes shit harder than what it needs to be. This is a very simple sport. Every single fucking big team that has ever been smacked with injuries we call it in Italy the Primavera, but you guys in England call it the Youth Academy. Call some of the youth guys up.
Yeah, bring Nichols in.
Why was it okay for Arsene Wenger? Why was it okay for Arsene Wenger to throw away the League Cup by letting the youth come up and play in those games? We're playing Bournemouth. It's a shit team. Our youth academy should be ripping apart this fucking team either way. I'm sorry. The kid who got put onto the bench because Calafiore got hurt. I'm forgetting his name. Is it Salmons?
Yeah, Marley Salmon.
Salmon. He should be starting this game. If we got to throw Norgard at center back to let some of these guys heal and rest up, that's what we need to be doing.
This is the game to do it.
We cannot risk this. I agree, man. This title is down to us. It's not down to City. It's not down to Liverpool. It's not down to Villa. It's not down to Chelsea. It's down to us. It's either going to
win it or they lose it.
Correct. Either we win it or we lose the title. Not Man City going on to win it. Not Villa going on to win it. No, it's on us. So let all of these guys rest. Save them up because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Unless we're going to pull an Antonio Conte and throw the whole fucking every other trophy out the window and only focus on the league like he did at Juventus and like he did at Inter. If we're going to do that, then by all means, play who you want to play because we're going to go down to one game a week. But we're not doing that. We're trying to win multiple trophies. We need rotation. These guys got to rest. Bournemouth is shit. We should be smacking them up no matter what. Let the guys who need to rest. End of story.
Yeah, but we don't have a manager for that. I would love that, but I don't trust this manager, man.
Yeah, he ain't got it in his locker. No, I agree. I agree with everything Johnny just said. Sadly, I agree with what Natster just said. We haven't got the manager for it. And that's
you got a mutant alert. You got mutants saying you can't rotate.
If I press my buzzer, that's all the show would have been.
He still hasn't answered my question. What I said is wrong.
Can I ask you guys a question? We're sitting here, and Nelson's been cool today. It hasn't been like some of the other times. He says you can't rotate against Premier League sides. Then how the fuck did City win 4 straight Premier League trophies? They rotated against Premier League sides. Why is it that always when it comes to Arsenal, we got to come up with some hoop, hula hoop, 8-trick over fucking excuse to come up with basic common sense shit? Every team that's won has rotated during the regular season against their competition. Juventus rotated all the time when they won 9 in a row. Bayern Munich rotates all the time in a row. They won however many fucking Bundesligas years in a row.
That's why you have a squad.
Liverpool's done it. Why is it when it comes to us, it's this next level shit that it's that hard for us to fucking grasp the concept of? I'll never understand.
Look at last time Man City won the league and Phil Foden was player of the season. It's mad. Phil Foden, I think, got a hat-trick in one of the games and held bench for the next 2. Same with Mahrez. Same with the Mahrez's. That's how you keep them fresh. That's how you also give them a little thing. Yeah, do you know what? Fair dues. Cheers for your input. 2 goals. But yeah, someone else is going to have a go today. You'll be having a go again next week or the week after. That's what rotation is.
Wiki had a good game against Sparta Prague, scored a screamer and scored another tap-in. And then he got dropped for the foreseeable future.
Yeah,
but he didn't get dropped for rotation. He got dropped because he shot from 25 yards.
Yeah,
and he should be starting tomorrow. He should be starting tomorrow.
Yeah,
Madueke should be starting tomorrow. Saka should not be playing tomorrow.
Yep.
He don't deserve it. Yeah, I
don't. Even if he didn't deserve it or he does deserve it, again, this is a game that you need to rotate. I'm sorry. There's players who want to play, like Declan Rice wants to play every single game. Now we're seeing with what we're seeing with him. I'm sorry, man. Yeah. You gotta rotate.
What's the point in spending 50 million on these players that we're saying we've got a squad, we've got backup? What's the point in playing them then? What's the point in buying them if you're not going to? Yeah.
What's the point of spending $1 billion if you wanted to wear it here? You want our position or do you want to be in Aston Villa's position? Aston Villa is lucky if they're able to rotate 2 to 3 players a game because how bare bones that roster is because of them dealing with PSR. We don't have that fucking problem. And we have quality on the bench. Let's not get it twisted here. Up until Odegaard's recent run of form, I think everybody on this panel would agree, coming into the season, we all wanted to see Eze start over Odegaard. If we go back the last 18 months that Odegaard's played. Yeah, Odegaard's had a nice little purple patch recently, but we all wanted to see Eze. We have the quality on the bench. We should be utilizing it. Again, No team in the history of mankind that's going for what this team is going for doesn't rotate. So you're going to tell me, oh, we're going to only rotate in cup games. Okay, well, what happens if you get knocked out of a cup game rotating? It happens. Yeah. Now what? Now all of a sudden we can't rotate at all? Dude, get the fuck out of here, man.
Outside of Portsmouth and Carriat, that's when you rotate, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Because the likes of Salmon and Nichols, they're more than good enough to put in a solid, good, not even decent performance against like the likes of Portsmouth and all of that, yeah? Like what Johnny's saying is like spot on. But at the same time, it's just like it's common sense. It's back to basics, right? All we need to do, all this manager needs to fucking do, right, is look at the squad that we have. We're not Villa. Villa are in the Europa League as well, and the lack of squad depth that they have is why they're struggling, you know. And the players turned it on against Villa because number one, it was personal with Unai Emery, and number two, accountability. Accountability is the best ability, not availability. Let me say that one more time for the cheap seats in the back. Accountability is the best ability, not availability. We don't have as many players available as we should. That's down to the manager. But what we do have right here, right now, Fat Boy Slim settings, what did you call it, Johnny? Primera and all of that? The Youth Academy? Use them motherfuckers. Yeah, use them motherfuckers. If we're meant to have, like, if we're the best team in the world, if we have the best young prospects in the world, fucking use them. Otherwise, you're just another see you next Tuesday. And this manager is a certified anti-football heritage prick. Little prick. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you don't fix up, big time, we ain't going to win shit. We're not going to do the Conte, you know, throw all the cups in the bin and win the league. Arteta's been doing that since he won the fucking FA Cup. It ain't
third round, fourth round, third round, fourth round, third round.
Wearing that shitty white kit.
The only way, bruv. He put us in that position. Don't get it twisted. That's what he needs to do. You know, Berta's on his neck, rightly so. He's finally got a bit of accountability this season. But this manager, if he has the bollocks that he claims that he does, all this narcissism and egotistical kind of behavior, now is the time. The time is now, Maloko settings, to show and prove. And if you don't show and prove, don't win the league, like Carl Walsh said. Big up Carl Walsh each and every single time, right? He can fuck right off.
Just quickly, facts, Jamwell. This probably, especially considering it's relevant to what's going on in the chat right now. This is the comment that whammy.
What I've been waiting to get
big up Suge Nelson. Saka is not our best player currently. Add Trossard to that, so we'll start for Trossard.
Trossard is brilliant.
Timber and Raya above
Martinelli
Saka right
as
now.
well. Martinelli should be up there as well.
They're not just slightly above him. Some of them, they're country miles ahead of him.
Martinelli should be there as well. Martinelli should be there as well.
Sorry, Quadra, to cut in. Like, Nelson was saying, like, what is it earlier on in the comments? Like, it's not down to the manager that these players are injured. Are you fucking nuts?
Hold on. Napster, hold on 1 second. Why? If everybody on this team got sold tomorrow, Nelson, Saka is not going for more money than Saliba or Gabriel Magalhaes or Declan Rice. Sorry, brother. Nobody's that fucking stupid to come and do that. If this was Saka 2 years ago that came off of his 16-goal season, you may have a point there. Saliba is making more money. You're out of your mind, dude. You're out of your mind. First of all,
been shit this season. He's been shit.
And who is going to take Saka at the money that you think that you're going for? Bayern's not, because Olise's been playing better than Saka has the last 2 years. Sorry to burst the bubble, because I've seen you saying, "Oh, Saka's top 3 wingers in the world." No, he's not, bro. No, he's not.
He's not even in the top 3 wingers at Arsenal at the minute.
He's not the top 3 in the fucking league.
As well is that now Arsenal are looking to give Saka 300k a week. Like, do we not understand that? Like, why are we giving Saka so much money? Because, like, I just don't understand what is the obsession with Saka. I understand he's a baller and all that, but why are you giving him 300 grand of money? For what? Just because he can appear in every poster, in every commercial? Like, I just don't understand what is the protection of Saka.
He's a PR's dream. He's the
a
poster
PR,
boy.
that sweet money that you earn back off him.
He does all the
Hang on,
work.
Aaron.
And that.
Aaron.
He's the guy. Plus the 100k goal bonus that they'll probably keep as well. That's what they're pinning. This manager has pinned his hopes on Bukayo Saka from day fucking one. I dare anyone, not just Nelson, I dare any of you motherfuckers, respectfully, to tell me that I'm chatting shit, yeah? Bukayo Saka is Arteta's guy. Other than Odegaard, that's his guy. That's why he's pushing for that 300k a week, along obviously with Saka and his agent and that.
Go on, Lawrence.
He needs to be the main man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why hasn't Norgard been given more game time? I would have thought tomorrow would be a good opportunity, to give him a run out for 90 minutes.
Yeah, because our fan base said about the Norgard signing, sensible signing. Because they said it when we signed Norgard. So why can't we give him an opportunity? And as much as I don't rate Norgard, maybe it's the time for him to maybe it's the time for the football club to give him an opportunity to show Arteta if he can an opportunity. So I don't understand what's going on.
Who's got the dodgy mic?
It's not me.
I'm getting some bad feedback. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's gone now. I don't know if that's just me. I had some proper
Aaron. Let's be real with it, right? Let's be real with it. Norgard is defensively better than Zubimendi. That's a fact. Norgard is defensively better than Zubimendi, right? What's the point in signing Norgard if he's going to be sat on the bench? You might as well just start him against these champions, these
copy and paste that for everyone on the bench, though. The bench is virtually pointless
against Bournemouth. You don't need Zubimendi because let's be real. It's easy if we just drop Zubimendi to the bench and start Norgard. I think he'll come on and do a job. Because
No. You can't. No. You can't start Norgard over Zubimendi. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not even close. Not even close. If you're going to do anything, you move Zubimendi to a number 8 position and put Rice in his true position, which is the number 6. If you're going to do that way, the defense is better protected with Rice back there than Zubimendi. You can't risk that, dude. I'm sorry, man. Zubimendi, we could say whatever he wants. Number 1, correct. His back towards the midfield. He's absolutely dog shit. He's absolutely dog shit if he's receiving the ball from the back from a goal kick or anything else. But to keep the offensive play going and everything else, you need Zubimendi. The only thing that I see wrong with the midfield is you need to swap positions with Rice and Zubimendi. I'd rather see Rice give all the energy he does to winning the ball back and resetting the play, because then it would be 10 times harder to score against our team if we're at 100% strength. I'd rather see Zubimendi keeping the ball moving and keep going and keep the ball in our hands rather than him sitting back and pushing Rice forward. I'm sorry. I disagree with you on that. Norgard should be playing either the backup right back or backup center back for right now while the injuries are there and get through right now with the rotation as far as that. But to start him over Zubimendi, I'm sorry. I have to respectfully disagree with you on that. Zubimendi, whether we like him or not, he has to be playing. He has to be playing. Now, should he get rotated in and out? Absolutely, because we need to save his legs as well. But again, you can't do that. And even more so, again, we can say whatever we want. Look at what's going on with Chelsea right now. Chelsea has sold how many players and are possibly going to be dealing with PSR problems at the end of this year if they don't make the Champions League. We can't be getting a player who we signed for 60 million and benching him for a guy that we paid 10 million for, especially because Norgard cannot play at the pace that we're going to want to play if we want to play our true best football. Our best football is quick passing and fast movement to get in on goal. Norgard doesn't do that. Norgard does not do that whatsoever. He should be used as a backup defenseman right now while we're dealing with the injuries.
Just to add very quickly to what you're saying, Gianni.
Go on. We'll finish on this because I do need. We got to wrap up there.
The only thing I'm going to say, in regards to Zubimendi, is the problem that even I've had with Zubimendi is when we're facing our own goal, when he's the deepest midfielder, right next to the centre backs and all of that, it causes carnage. He loses the ball and all of that. But Gianni, because you're a Napoli fan as well, yeah. That whole Arteta's trying to do this whole mini register. Do you know what I'm saying? Sarri, you know, with was it Jorginho? And you had what's his face, Hamzik and that next to him. Yeah, that's what Arteta's trying to do. But you have to be that guy. You have to know that system to do that shit. Arteta don't know the Regista system. There's not many managers in this day and age anywhere in the world that can do Regista system better than Maurizio Sarri. It's not happening. Whereas if you swap the roles round, like you said, put Declan Rice in the number 6, play him in the DM, and put Zubimendi as a number 8, that would be better. That would be better. And I think we would see a better Zubimendi. He played well in the second half. Do you know what I'm saying? Outside of the goal, he played well.
Yep.
And he was a bit further forward. So the proof is there in the pudding. It's not that fucking difficult. It's common sense. But will this manager listen? Will he learn from his errors of his fucking ways? I highly doubt that shit. But we'll have to see.
We'll
and that's
see.
what I'm going to say on that.
This month is going to be the test. 9 games in this month. If we come out of this month and we're 4 points or further ahead of Man City or whoever in second place, then I think the writing will soon be on the wall for us to win the league. But to what you're saying, if he's going to smarten up past what his usual is, then January will tell. If he doesn't do the rotations and we get hit with more injuries at the end of January, then the league is up for grabs.
Yeah. Now, facts. Listen, like I said, we will wrap it there. But big up to everyone that's that was here at the beginning. Big up to everyone that's still here. Big up to everyone that's joined. Big up to everyone that's going to watch it back on playback. Listen, world-class chat as always, man, and a couple of other nutty ones in there. Listen, we all appreciate the support as always, man. It's absolutely it's never not been appreciated. I promise you that. I've been doing this for about a year now, and you've lot been fantastic the whole entire way. And it's like I said, it's greatly appreciated. And of course, I greatly appreciate this world-class panel that always give their time up. Do you know what I mean? To have a football conversation, you know, without the chat, we're just 6 geezers, and I'll be happy with that as well. We're just 6 geezers waffling on about the Arsenal. But it's always a lot better when we've got that excellent interaction in the chat. You've all been fantastic, so big up to every single one of you. And again, smashing up for the new year. For the new year, hopefully everyone has a belt of a 2026. We're 2 days in. We've got 363 left. Hopefully you all have a good one, man. Other than that, Mikel Arteta out. Come on, you Gunners.